Happy Saturday, everybody. I hope you guys are all having a good Saturday so far. Um, a lot of you guys who follow me on Instagram, I know you guys are familiar with why I'm doing the show today. There was a video that the Shade Room posted on a IG model or YouTuber, whatever you want to call her. Her name is Jada Cheaves, and she was the girlfriend of Little Baby. If you guys ever followed their relationship, she said some stuff on her live that just didn't make sense to me. And I wanted to be able to address it because a lot of these women are getting shit confused, and they think that men are supposed to worship them and praise them and kiss the ground they walk on. I think they got shit confused. I think maybe their moms told them this is what it's supposed to be, or um, somebody, their friends told them this is how it's supposed to be. But I wanted to go ahead and offer that advice to women who think like she thinks. Okay. First of all, if you guys follow their relationship, we all know who Lil Baby is. If you don't know who he is, Google is free. If you don't know who Jada Cheves is, Google is free. These are some things you guys should know if you follow the Shade Room already. But we all know Lil Baby's a rapper. He looks like Jamie Foxx's son, even though he's not. But their relationship supposedly started in 2016. Now, at that time their relationship started, Lil Baby had just had a little baby with his ex Alexis in 2015. So when Jada decided to date Lil Baby, she knew that the man already had an infant child with his ex who he was not with anymore. So that's red flag number one, ladies. This is what you guys don't do. You don't do your research. You just pump with them and have sex with them, and you think you love them. And oh my gosh, he's buying me Birkins and bundles and my makeup and stuff. This is why you guys keep fucking up, because you don't look at the red flags. What Jada should have done is said, I wonder why him and his ex are not together. He has an infant child. Instead, they started to date. Now, a couple years go by, and Lil Baby did a interview with Vlad where he seemingly admitted to still fucking the first woman that he had the kid with, Alexis, right? So Jada didn't look at that red flag. That was red flag number two. Did she ignore the red flag? No, she didn't. Well, why? Because she ended up having a baby with him 2 years later, a bastard baby. And then their relationship seemingly fell apart. They tried to work it out a few times, but it didn't work. She tried to give him money for his birthday, still didn't work. All the red flags were there, and she still got clowned. Not only did she have his bastard baby and became baby mama number two, but Lil Baby went on to say he didn't love her deeply. And that embarrassed her. He disrespected her online, and that really crushed that young woman because she loved him, but Lil Baby was only in it for the coochie, and he hit and split, just like he did with the first woman. So I feel like that level of disrespect is why this woman is so angry with black men. And she feels that black men do not respect women anymore. So she went on to say that she felt like men are not like they were in the 80s and 90s. Now, guys, this young lady was born in 98. So I don't know what she saw at two, you know, but she only can speak about the thousands, to be honest, 2000 and up, right? If you want to be logical, but honestly, she was born in 98, so she don't know shit about the 80s, and she really doesn't know anything about the 90s. But she feels like the men were better in the 80s and 90s, the Ike Turner era and all that. When no, she feels like men are not respecting us like they did back then. Now, I don't know what she saw with her own two eyes at two, but I guess, she knows better than us, right? She's wrong. She also said that men don't worship the ground women walk on. I almost choked on my water because that was the stupidest shit I ever heard. Okay? Men don't worship shit but God. They ain't supposed to be worshiping you. Who the fuck are you? Because you got a coochie? Men are supposed to get on their knees and kiss the floor you walk on? No, men don't do that. And then she also went on to say that men are just not respecting us anymore. So clearly she thinks that all men are like Little Baby. So because Little Baby embarrassed her ass, made her look like a fool, pumped and dumped, she's taking it out on every man. And that's just not okay with me. We have to be real, and nobody held her accountable. Instead, if you guys go into the Shade Room right now, a lot of women agreed with this logic. They felt like men are so disrespectful. They don't give a fuck about women anymore. They don't even care about their own mamas. They call us bitches and all that. Now, all that rhetoric is bullshit, and we all know it is. We all know that that's not true. You women don't give men nothing to respect. If you on TikTok with your coochie out, Instagram with your titties out, OnlyFans, you really think these men are supposed to worship the ground you walk on? See, a lot of these women, they're getting surgery on their bodies. They're getting surgery on their breasts, they stomach, they ass, but they're not touching the brain part. Their brain is all fucked up. They think in their eyes that men are supposed to kiss the ground they walk on. Well, if men are doing that, then I feel bad for that man. He's a fool too. Because the men that we all grew up with, we ain't never seen no man kiss the ground that our moms walked on or anything like that. They didn't do that. But back then, women actually respected their men. Now, if a man went on his life, let's say Tyrese, because people don't like him because he cries and all that. If he was to say, where are the women who actually cover up? Who leave it to leave something to the imagination. Women that cook, women that clean. These women would have started a change.org to have them taken off of Instagram, Facebook. They would have said, well, you just want your mama. That's what you need. You need your mama. See, men can't do what she did because women are not doing what the women did back in the day. They not making sure your dinner's hot when you come home. They ordering from Grubhub, Uber Eats and shit. They don't even cook. So when Kevin Samuels was saying a lot of these women can't even cook, but you want a man to respect you, you want a man to pay all the bills, you want a man to sex you good, take care of you, and you're not even going to cook and clean. See, that's the Cardi B mentality. I don't cook, I don't clean, but then Offset did a video of her mopping. See, that's what's wrong with these women. They think that because they got a coochie and they got a good wig on, a man is supposed to respect them. No, he ain't got to respect you. It's earned. Respect is earned. You can't walk around telling people, I want respect. It doesn't work like that, ladies. It doesn't. You got to stop thinking like that. You'll never get what you want. And you can't sit here and get mad at your bad choices in men and assume that all men are like Lil Baby because he pumped and dumped and embarrassed you. If she didn't ignore those red flags, she wouldn't be a baby mama today, crying on live, right? Acting a hot mess. Men do respect women. The women that respect themselves. See, as a woman, if you can't respect yourself, why the fuck would a man respect you? That's like a stripper saying, I want respect now, but she's showing her titties and ass all night. A man ain't gonna respect you. He's gonna treat you like you present yourself. If you go to a job interview dressed like a hoe to work at a front desk job, are you gonna get that job? No, you're not. Because you gotta dress how you want to be addressed. They're gonna look at you like, okay, she must have came from the streets. We're not gonna give her the job, right? Dress how you want to be addressed. That's the same thing in life. A man is not going to give a woman respect that has an OnlyFans and she's showing a coochie all night. Why would I respect that? Why? Give me a reason why I should respect that. So these women want respect from these men and they don't even respect themselves. It don't work like that. It don't, ladies. So when you get on these lives and you say this dumb shit like you said, people are going to dig up what you did to justify why you're so angry. You're mad at Lil Baby, not these men. You're mad at the man you chose. He told you what he was about when he left the first baby mama. Women are not looking at the flags. Then after they've been pumped and dumped, they go out, they lay on a table, get surgery. Y'all do all these things to please a man, but you say you don't. Yes, you do. These women that are laying on these tables and dying, trying to get a BBL, they're doing it to impress someone. Stop saying you're doing it for yourself. That's a fucking lie. You don't go and get your body done just to be in a closet all day and not let nobody see it. You're getting your body done because you want someone to see it. And 99.9% of the time, that's a man. You want a man to see it. So these women that are talking about it's my body and I want to do it for myself, they're full of shit. You want a man to make you happy, but God couldn't even make you happy. If God couldn't make you happy with the body he gave you, then how the fuck is a man going to make you happy on earth? You weren't even happy with what God gave you, right? So men, understand if these women are laying on these tables to make themselves look good, to be happy inside, they're saying that what God did wasn't shit. What God did, who's perfect, wasn't enough for them. So if God wasn't enough and couldn't make them happy, you're never going to make them happy. That's a red flag. Understand that, fellas. And don't let these women tell you that they get their body done because it's for them. That's a lie. They get their body done, then they go on Instagram and say they worked out for it. They go on Instagram and they post every angle because they want a man to see it. You want a man to see it. And then you want him to respect you when you're posting it publicly for thousands of strangers to lust over you. A man is not going to wife that. A man isn't going to wife that. A man doesn't want a woman that can't even be happy with herself. So, ladies, what you need to understand is that if you don't respect yourself, these men ain't gonna respect you. You don't want a man to call you a bitch, but you'll go on Instagram and say you a bad bitch. Make it make sense. Which one is it? Because if you're a bad bitch and a man calls you a bitch on the street, you better answer to that, because that's what you said you was on IG. Again, respect. You'll never get respect ranting and blaming men for your bad choices. You will never get respect. Ever. But you can't sit here and get mad at the pookie you chose. And most of these men, they're letting these women know, like, look, I just want to fuck. I don't like rent protection. They're letting these women know, the futures. All these rappers who have multiple baby mamas out there, right? The Chief Keefs. All these men have multiple baby mamas. Every woman they laid with knew what they had before they laid with them, and they still lay with them. But you want respect. You will never get respect from someone that has a brain and knows that you're out here begging for respect when you're out here living the life you're living. It doesn't work like that. And now once did Jada say, well, you know what? Let me think. Women are not even acting the same as they did back in the 80s and 90s. We're not giving men nothing to respect. We're out here busting it open with kids at home. We're out here showing out on these sex tapes. We out here showing our titties and ass for a few dollars, a few likes. We out here creating OnlyFans when we know that our kids got to grow up and they're going to get bullied for the shit we did. She didn't say none of that. It was all about men this and men don't do this. And when you got a woman that blames everything on men, that's a huge red flag because she doesn't accept accountability. Now, once did she say, I chose a man who already had an infant child when I started dating him. I chose a man who embarrassed me once before I had his bastard baby. She didn't say none of the shit she did. She just said that men don't respect women anymore, and that is not true. And a man does not have to respect you. He doesn't. If you don't give him nothing to respect, he's going to treat you like you address yourself. That's what it is. So if you on OnlyFans and you're showing your coochie all day, don't get mad if you never get wifed. Why would a man want to wife something that everybody's seen her body? Y'all don't leave nothing to the imagination anymore. You're selling your body online, and you got kids at home, and you forget that those kids got to grow up. And then you're going to do what Kim Kardashian did, right? When her son had seen her sex tape and she started crying like a little baby. Well, who did you think was going to see it eventually, right? It's online. These women don't think about the legacy of their kids. It's all about them. That's how selfish these mothers are. Everything you do will affect your kid when they get older. And they don't bully like they used to, where they say, oh, your shoes are trash. Oh, look at your shirt, got holes in it. Now they make a group chat and put your mama's pictures and her OnlyFans in that chat. And everybody's laughing at you in school. And now you're clowned. See, the bullying is different now. Times are different. So these women, they don't respect themselves. So if you don't respect yourself, keep your mouth closed about what men are not respecting, because they will never respect you. I won't respect a woman that don't respect herself. But if you're going to sit here and rant about what men are not doing for you, I definitely got to step in and say something, y'all. I got to say something about that, because I knew that she was the baby mama of little baby. I knew that. And I thought it was funny that she had so much to say about men. And her anger is towards little baby. See, if you're somebody that knows how to listen and analyze stuff, everybody would have figured out that her anger is at him. He left her a baby mama. She thought she was in love. Women always think they're in love when they're getting bundles and Birkins. Oh, I love him. Now, y'all know half these women wouldn't even look at little baby twice if he didn't have the money. Let's keep it 1,000 on this panel today. Half of them wouldn't even look at a Russell, right? They wouldn't even look their direction if they didn't have the millions. They ugly, but they wallet is sexy. It's the wallet they're attracted to. It's them Benjamins that they're attracted to. They don't give a fuck about you. Fellas, they don't care about you. And they'll say that, oh, I was in love with him. And he made me feel good because he showered you with gifts. He made you feel good. You're giving him money. That's the money he's paying you in child support. So really, it ain't no gifts. You're just giving him back his money. I get what y'all think y'all doing. I'm in it. Everybody wants to be like Sierra. But even Sierra probably wouldn't have looked at Russell twice if he was broke. She went from 50 Cent. She went from Reggie Bush. All these guys that are more attractive than Russell, right? And none of those guys wifed her. They all said, no, we good. Then she gets with a Russell. And y'all think, oh, it was love at first sight. No, Sierra was damaged goods. And she was looking for someone to be her husband because she already made all these mistakes in men. That's what she did. And y'all want that prayer. She had to go from Little Bow Wow and Reggie Bush and Future and all these men, 50 Cent, just to get to a Russell. So when you see what she went through just to get to one man, she ended up settling because she knew that no one else was going to get with her and marry her. Reggie Bush said no. 50 Cent said no. Future it was engaged to her, but then what happened? Left her baby mama too. So again, y'all want that prayer. Y'all need to be focused on your own prayer. Y'all don't want a good man that works in McDonald's as a manager, makes $60,000 a year because he can't buy you those Birkins in bundles, right? That man will be loyal to you. He'll love you. He'll care for you. But that's not who y'all want. Y'all want these rappers who's selling nickel bags on the street, who's getting money in the drug game. That's who you guys have babies with. Then you get mad when they treat you like they treated all the other baby mamas that they was with. Well, why did you think your coochie was going to be the golden ticket? These women think their coochies are the golden ticket. It's not. It's not the golden ticket, ladies. Quit thinking that. A man can get coochie from any woman he wanted if they're making millions of dollars. You got to bring more than that coochie and a nice wig to the table, or else you'll be left at the table, a single mother. That's what happens. You guys ignore all those red flags because you see that green money. That's what it is. But nobody wants to talk about that. People like to coddle lies. Oh, yes, sis, you're right. They don't respect us. I'm tired of men. We need to just date each other. That's the kind of shit that was in the comments. Women saying they need to date women. These women don't like men, right? They're full lesbian, but they look like a man. So how you a lesbian, but your haircut, tattoos, but you're looking like a man and you're dressing yourself like a man, but you don't like men? Get the fuck out of here. These ladies are confused. If you want respect, start doing things that will get you respect. Show us a meal you've cooked that you didn't get off of Grubhub. Show us something that you did that no one else can do. Show us a book that you finished. Tell us about the book. These women are not like the women back in the day. Because back in the day, those women had that food ready. When he came home from a long day, baby's your back hurting? I just ran your bath water and your food is in the oven. The kids are all good. Homework done. They in bed. Those were the women that got respect. Those are the women that got respect. Now women are like, what you want to eat? Okay, let me order it from Grubhub. I got you. Your back is hurting. Let me order you a massage. No. Do it yourself. Why would a man want a woman that has to buy his love? They got to get stuff off of Grubhub and get stuff off of Amazon. Do it your fucking self. Those are the women that got respect. Babe, your back is hurting? Hey, sit in this chair. Let me rub your back, babe. I know you had a long day. You paying all the bills in this house? Let me give you a massage. I know you're hungry. Your food is in the oven. It's already warmed up and ready to go. Women don't do that no more. They have this Cardi B mentality. I don't cook, I don't clean, but I deserve a ring. No, you don't. You're going to be a baby mama. That's all you're going to be worth. These women don't want no respect. They don't. But they love to create this false, this false imagination bubble where they're telling people that men don't respect us anymore. They don't love us anymore. They don't worship the ground we walk on. I don't know not one man who will worship the ground that a woman walks on. Men should be worshiping women. No, it don't work like that. That's not a partnership. No. You want a man to worship you? Use your money and go buy one. Go buy a man that will get on his knees and follow you everywhere you go. Because you're not going to get that from a real man. Why would a man worship you? What you got? You got a coochie and a wig just like all these other women on IG. You got a BBL? So does the other 1,000 women on IG. These women are not even different. They all look the same. They're all built like chromosomes. It's sad. But you want respect. You couldn't even respect the body you had. But you want a man to respect you now. Now that you went and laid on Dr. Miami's table, you want a man to respect you. Ladies, it don't happen like that. It don't. But then when a woman tells you that you're not going to get that respect because you know you full of shit, all of a sudden I'm going to pick me. Okay. But I've been picked 12 years now. So clearly I know a little bit of something about respect, right? These women want men to wife them. But all they got to do is go on your OnlyFans. And they see everything you're working with. Why would they want that? They don't leave nothing to the imagination like the women did back in the day. Back in the day, women were sexy with their clothes on. Marilyn Monroe was sexy with her clothes on. Y'all women try to follow these other women, but you're not even following them all the way through. Now y'all got to be sexy and have your titties out just to get a few likes and shares. But how much do you respect yourself is the question. I'm just saying, you guys, women don't want to hear that. And I even invited Jada to come on this panel, but she probably thinks she's above me when really she's not. She's the bottom of the barrel. She's leftovers. That's what Kevin Samuels would say. You're in your 20s, what, 24, and you already have a child, and you're just known for being on YouTube. Now you're known for being little baby mama, second baby mama. You're not above me. I would rather be married and happy than to be a baby mama to someone who said on live TV, I'm not deeply in love with her. Woo, I know that hurt. She probably took the wig off and threw it. She was so mad. Here she is, fucking this man, had his baby, and he still said he didn't love you. Woo, I know that hurt. That's disrespect. But that didn't come from a bunch of men. That came from the man you chose. Like I said, ladies, y'all ignore all those red flags because you see that green money. So you deserve everything that happens to you because you chose that life. You always have a choice. And y'all lay on these tables thinking these men will keep you if you have a nice BBL. And then they end up cheating on you with a woman with a fupa. That's what makes y'all look even dumb. Y'all dumb for doing that shit. You're willing to die just to get a man's attention? Because y'all ain't gonna sit here and tell me that y'all not getting y'all bodies done for yourself. That's a fucking lie. Fellas, that's a lie that they tell you for the empowerment, the women movement. That's a fucking lie. You're getting your body done because you're trying to look good. You're like a display piece. You want to be that sexy display piece that a man can't stop looking at. So let me go ahead and lay down on this table and risk my life and get my body done. And then you get your body done just to be single. Ain't that something? Just to be single. And then you want to be able to control a man. Like I said, men are respecting women. There's a lot of men in this world that respect women. They're not going to respect the Jadas, the Amber Heards, all these women that are screaming for respect. They're not going to respect them. But they will respect the Felicia Richards, right? They will respect the Lauryn Hills, right? The women that actually brought something to the table. The women that actually care. That love their men. They're not going to respect the Cardi B's, unfortunately. I mean, look, Cardi B's married to Offset. He cheated on her like, what, 15 times? And this woman went, laid on the table, got her body done, making these hits, got a Grammy, and he was still cheating on her. And what did she do? Have another baby with him. So you see, ladies, Beyonce did all single ladies, but went home to her married man. So at the end of the day, y'all ladies are living in this fantasy world from all these celebrities. When Cardi B said she didn't cook and clean, y'all said, okay, I'm not going to cook and clean. And then what happened? How did that work for you? Did you get a husband? No, you didn't. Did you even get a boyfriend? No, you didn't. But a lot of you are baby mamas because you don't cook and you don't clean. Keep that mentality. Keep it going. Because these women say this, but they go home married. They're not single. They're going home married. And you even hear about them cheating. So again, y'all keep living these lives through these celebrities, but they are suffering. They make y'all think life is great, but it's not. And at the end of the day, you can't be out here sleeping from man to man and then ask for respect. Y'all give a lot of these women pretty privilege too. Oh, she's pretty. I love her wig. You're right, sis. Men don't like us. They don't respect us anymore. Y'all know y'all lying. Y'all know y'all lying and giving these women a pass. A lot of these women out here are straight hoes, just like these men are. I've said many times, Future, he's a hoe. Future is a hoe. If Future was an animal, he would be a pit bull with that pink thing hanging low to the ground. Any woman he's got with. But you got a lot of women that he got with, and they didn't have a kid with him, right? So not all the women were stupid as fuck. Some of them were like, you know what? I know this dude is only looking to probably make me a baby mama. Let me make sure I'm good. Future was with that rapper. I forgot her name. He also hit with Lori Harvey, and she didn't have a baby by him, right? But all those women that he got with the other 8 women, they all were baby mamas. So I'm going to call a man a hoe when he's a hoe, but I'm going to call a woman a hoe when she's a hoe too. Lori Harvey is a straight up hoe. But y'all will sit here and say, oh, she's so pretty. Oh, look at her baby hair. Oh, I can't get... You women are just some fake ass people on this app. Oh, she wasn't having sex with Future. We can't really say if they were having sex. Get the fuck out of here. That man is a fuck machine. You're telling me that when he was with Lori Harvey for those 2 years on and off, they read the Bible? He flew her and her friends out and they didn't fuck? Y'all living in this little fantasy world. I've never seen her that happy. Look how happy she is. She was happy on the boat with Diddy when she was around her fake dad and her real mom. Diddy was on that boat and she was laughing hard too that day. Lori Harvey is your modern day hoe. But see, women are not going to call her that because she's a woman. I will. If I'm going to call Future a hoe, I'm going to call Lori Harvey a hoe. This woman jumped from man to man. She was been with like 8 men and she's only 25. That's a hoe. That's a hoe. She got with Akon's brother. Y'all just forgetting all the women and the men that she jumped through. She jumped from Akon's brother, that soccer player, Future. We can go down the list. Diddy, his son. Y'all giving all these women all this respect and they don't even deserve it. She might be getting it from Michael B. Jordan because Michael B. Jordan was once the dude with the braids who looked like a fucking fool. Then when he started making those movies and getting in shape, y'all, oh, he's so fine. Oh, they're going to make pretty babies. But in the back of Michael B.'s mind, he knows that she jumped on like 8 dicks. That can't feel good. When you've dated a father and a son, you a hoe in my book. So I won't give no woman a pass because she's pretty. I'm sorry. Y'all women can do that all you want. They won't get respect with me. I respect those women who actually admit that they was a 304 and now they're trying to change their life. Because that's the only way you're going to empower these women coming up. Admit that you a hoe and that you're working on yourself. Because no matter how much you try to ignore the fact that you slept with all these people, it's out there in the atmosphere. You made it everybody's business because every time you was with a new man, there was a photo snapped. And bam, another man? Damn. This man? Damn. No woman will get respect in my book if they're not respecting themselves. They don't even respect their coochie enough. Now you're trying to lay on the table and get your coochie done. That ain't going to take away the bodies you already got on it. Like I said, ladies, y'all not going to get no respect from a man when you out here acting like a 304 and doing what you want to do with your life. You're never going to get respect. You're not. And those are the type of women that would say their son is their man. That's my number one man in my life. What? Because that's the closest they'll come to a man? Son is your man now. Because a lot of these women live in that lifetime too, where they think that their son is going to be their best friend and their man in the house. Because that one man that they chose got the fuck out of there. So look, I'm gonna actually put the link in here so you guys can get on because I want to hear what y'all got to say. Like I said, when she made that video, I definitely had to address it, and I know she saw it. I know that she saw it. I know it was sent to her, and I'm not taking back what I said because these women out here, they think because they get their bodies done and they have the perfect makeup and the perfect hair and all that stuff that's gonna keep a man, and it won't. They're getting all this surgery on the outside, but the problem is in the inside. It's the inside that you're not fucking with. A lot of those women are not changing how they act, their attitude, how they approach men, how they talk. And then she addressed men as niggas. You can't ask for respect from men, but say, yeah, and we're making a whole lot of money like you niggas. Like you niggas. But then if a man got on here and said, we're making more money than you bitches, what would happen then, y'all? What would happen then? You can't ask men to respect you, but you're addressing them as niggas. Because all these men are not niggas. You got played by a nigga. But that's your fault. You chose that. See, these women do not like accountability. They won't admit that they shouldn't have been fucking with a man who had an infant child. That's a red flag. Why didn't it work out? Well, let me make sure I don't become a baby mama. Let me date him for a little bit and see where his mind is at. And then when he embarrassed her, she should have left, but she didn't. She allowed him to nut in her and she had his baby. So like I said, a lot of these women don't like you to give them the ugly truth. They want a pretty lie because a pretty lie will make them feel better. It will. And instead of giving them a pretty lie, we got to start giving them an ugly truth. And now a lot of these women who said Kevin Samuels was the devil, they're double backing because they're listening to his other videos where he actually held men accountable too. See, women love to play the victim role. And that's what's wrong with this society today. They can get on an app and say, men don't care about us. They don't worship us anymore. They ain't shit. And women will be like, yes, sis, you got it, girl. I've been saying that all the, yeah, girl, you're right. But if a man got on the app and said, these women don't cook no more, they don't clean no more, they're not even happy with their own bodies, Oh, stop body shaming. Oh, you're just a hater. Oh, you must be gay. The "you must be gay" line. That's the new line a lot of these women use to deflect the truth. He must be gay. Oh, he's 43, no kids? He's gay. He ain't got a whole bunch of baby mamas? Yeah, he's gay. Just because he didn't make the mistakes you made with your coochie. You went out there and slept with all these men. Now you're used tire. You're used tire. And you're mad at this man because he kept his tire pumped up and he didn't do nothing with his tire. You can't get mad at these men because they're making better choices than you women. You guys are the ones that carry the baby, right? You guys are the ones that go through death, right? Trying to give birth to a baby. And you guys will risk that for what? $10,000 a month in child support? You women will never get respect with that type of logic at all. You won't. That's all they do. It's a game to them. I know if I sleep with little baby, even though he might be a baby mama, at least I can get that $10,000 a month, y'all. Hey, city girls up, 10 points, 18 years. Hey, I ain't gotta make no music. I ain't gotta take no pictures. I can just sit here and let the child support check roll in. A month later, these men don't respect us. They don't care about us. They just leave us baby mamas. Are you kidding me? This is what women are doing now. And like I said, she's a 98. She was born in 98, so she don't know shit about what women did back in the day. You're a baby. These 2000 babies think that, you know, they're not getting no respect. And it's y'all that's fucking up everything. Because back in the day, women actually did care about their men. They rubbed their back. They cooked for them. They cleaned. They did what a woman was supposed to do. If the man is paying all the bills and holding the whole house down, the woman has to do something. She was a homemaker. That's what they called them. These women don't want to cook and clean no more. It's so easy to go on an app and order shit. They ain't gonna cook. They nails is all the way long. They don't even wipe their ass right. And you want a man to respect you. Them long ass nails. The germs. These women ain't taking care of their bodies because ain't no way. A doctor even said them long ass nails women are getting, their body, they're not wiping correctly. There was actually a woman that came on and said that she only dates women, but they can't have long nails because those women were the dirtiest. I believe it. So all these women that's living this life of, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my nails done. Y'all living a fantasy. These women are not really, living their what they're telling you they're living on social media. When they log off, they're in debt. When they log off, they're single. When they log off, they're still baby mamas. Nothing has changed. Like I said, fellas, y'all need to really, really, really listen to these women because they're telling you that they don't care about men no more. And I would have respected Jada more if she said, you know what? I made some mistakes as a woman. And I know I got some anger in me. I would have been more, I wouldn't have been this angry if he showed me a little bit of respect and just told me straight up, I just want to fuck. But instead, she goes on this rant about men. Men get tired of hearing that shit. They've been hearing that for years, that they don't respect women, they're predators, all they do is cheat. Why are we always attacking men and we're not addressing these sneaky ass women? These women are really sneaky. They're like a thief. And you don't see the thief coming. They have a motive. They're poking holes in condoms. They are the most dangerous thing out here, these women. And you don't even see a lot of men talking about them like they should be. We need more men doing these videos about how dangerous and toxic these motherfuckers are, because they are. And as a woman, I gotta call it. I gotta call it. These women are dangerous. They want attention. They don't want respect. They want the likes. The likes are far better than respect. Because if a man told a woman you're a pretty girl, but you don't have to be online busting it open, you're body shaming. You're gay. What man doesn't want to see coochie online? That's how women will flip the script. You're gay if you tell a woman, I'm not into my woman having an OnlyFans where everybody can see her ass and titties. You're no good to him no more. You're damaged goods when you do that. When you ladies are online showing your ass and titties, you're damaged goods to a good man who might have wanted to date you and maybe wife you one day. He can't wife that because all his boys will be like, well, I still got the pictures, bro. And then your boys are going to clown you because you're choosing that woman who was selling herself online for a few dollars. Fellas, if she has an OnlyFans, I wouldn't even consider dating her because she's saying that a real job it's not better than showing her ass and stuff. These women, most of them that have OnlyFans, they have kids at home. Majority of them have kids at home. And they forgot that those kids got to grow up and live that life of being bullied because their mama was a hoe online, playing with a pussy online. You women are disgusting. I was actually sent videos of mothers and the shit they were doing, and they got kids at home. But you won't respect. You want a man to respect you, and your pussy is online. They will never respect you, ladies. You don't even respect yourself. At what point do you start analyzing that maybe we need to work on ourselves first? Maybe we need to stop laying on Dr. Miami's table and get our ass in the gym, read a book, go to counseling, self-healing. Do something that doesn't require you being flued out, because y'all don't even say that right. Getting flued out to Miami. Y'all don't even speak right. Dropped out of 8th grade and you think this is the life, right? Because you're pretty. Because you're pretty, you think a man's going to wife you because you're pretty. No, he's not. He'll make you a baby mama, possibly, but he ain't going to wife you. You're fuckable, but you're not worth being a wife. And y'all think because y'all mamas told you that it's the life to have, being on child support, putting a man on child support is the life. It's not the life. Especially if you're getting a rapper. Eventually that rapper's going to get old and the money's not going to be coming in. And then what's going to happen? Your ass going to have to get a job at Wendy's. Right? So like I said, these things that these women are doing are not being addressed, but they're quick to address a man and what he's not doing. Now, if somebody would have asked her, well, what are you bringing to the table besides another man's kid? Oh, I bring money. It ain't about money all the time. If a man already got money, what else can you bring? I can bring my coochie. Again, he can go out and get coochie. What else are you bringing? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But another man's kids and their coochie. That's all 90% of these women can bring to the table, if you really ask them. And they say, well, what can you bring to the table? Well, you expect him to pay the bills, right? You expect him to be the protector. Because these women that say that they want to be the head of the house, let somebody try to break into that house. Have that bitch get up and go check. Since she's the man, right? She wants to be the head of the house. Let her go check and see who's downstairs. And fellas, you lay down asleep in the bed, comfortable, while she go check. Because she's not going to check, right? She going to tell the man to go check. So stop acting like you in charge and you not. You ain't going to do shit. The man is in charge. So if you're wanting a man to lead and pay all the bills, what can you bring to the table? Because these men are tired of these chromosome-shaped bodies, these bots bodies, the tattoo along your bikini line. It's a dead giveaway. That's all y'all do. Then you go on Instagram and say, I'm working out. You go into the bathroom and splash water on your face. Then you come out there and act like you've been working out hard. These women follow that. And they think that's the life. These men are tired of that. They're looking for women that can actually bring something legit to the table. And they can't even answer that question. Instead, they deflect and say, well, what are you bringing? I asked you first. Well, I asked you second. And then it goes nowhere. Because these women ain't got shit to bring. All they're bringing is twerking, sticking their tongue out on every video, another man's kids, how nice their body is. They're not bringing nothing that's going to help the household. Do you work? I have an OnlyFans. Oh, okay. Majority of women have OnlyFans. That's not and to some people, that's not even a real job. Because you have to sell yourself in order to get that. You're selling out. You might as well be a stripper. What's the difference, guys? You're still selling your body, right? But y'all don't want a real job, or you don't want to create a business for your legacy of your kids, right? What are you going to pass down to your kids with OnlyFans? Tell them to repeat the cycle? When they get older, log in and just continue my legacy. Be naked. That's what y'all passing down to y'all kids now? Like I said, women do not like accountability. And it's clear. I get reported every day for it. Because they don't want a woman to tell them what another person isn't telling them. Now, if we cared about each other as women and we wanted to see each other grow, we will stop the bullshit that's happening and acknowledge it. Instead, women will coddle. You can get online and say men ain't shit, and women will say, yes, you're right. I hate them. Kill them all. That's how women are. They do not like accountability. The minute you say accountability, your page is shut down for weeks. The minute you say accountability, you're a hater. You're a pick-me. You're a piece of shit. You're everything in the book because they don't want to acknowledge their flaws, right? But when you go online and you say that men are not respecting you, when you don't even deserve respect, we laugh at that. We're all laughing at you. We don't respect that because you're wrong. Men do respect women. The ones that give them something to fucking respect. A man would never respect a hoe. When Chris Brown said these hoes, they're not loyal, when has a hoe been loyal? She's a hoe. She ain't supposed to be loyal. If you really analyze that song, a hoe ain't supposed to be loyal. Lori Harvey taught y'all that. She went from the son to the dad. That's a hoe move. That's not a woman trying to find herself and she's just dating. Women will lie and cover up shit that we know is not true. Well, we don't have proof she was fucking the dad and the son. Maybe she was just dating and just finding herself. Get the fuck out of here. She came from a hoe. If y'all really investigated how her mom moved, Steve Harvey's not really her dad. Her dad is supposed to be her uncle. It's a bunch of nasty shit going on. But people won't analyze that. They can dig up three failed divorces or dig up where somebody lives. Oh, this is where Kevin Samuels lived. He was broke. He lived in this broke apartment. They'll dig all that up, but they won't dig up the shit that really matters. I mean, the man been gone, a week? And they're still talking about this man. That tells you how angry they are. These women are angry. Not like Kevin Samuels. They're angry at the pookies that they lay with. They're angry at their mothers, but they don't want to address their mothers. So instead, they'd rather address someone that's dead and gone. He been gone over a week, and y'all still talking about him in a negative light. All you did was prove him right. That's all you did. So the more you rant and talk about black men and men in general, the more you are proving his point. Good job, ladies. You have accomplished what he set out to do. Expose these toxic, bitter, bloated, and evil women. That's what they are. They're evil. Because if a man says something to you that made you that mad and you didn't even know him personally, and you're dragging that out every day, there's something going on with you. Because that man can't defend himself now. And people always wait until you're gone to tell you how they feel. You even got preachers now that are calling out Kevin Samuels. Well, where was this at, sir, when Kevin was alive? You're now incorporating Kevin's death into your sermon? That's why people don't go to these fake-ass churches. These pastors are fake as fuck. They fucking girls on the low. Boys, too. They're out here doing sneaky shit, but then you got a nerve to point a finger at someone. And then you wonder why nobody goes to your church. These pastors are frauds. Like I said, they won't hold anyone accountable. They just go out there and talk about what they want and say what they want to get a couple likes and shares because their church isn't doing that well, right? Like I said, at the end of the day, these women won't get respect from me. I'm not respecting these women who are out here acting like some fucking hoes off the leash. Y'all need to start working on yourself. All this surgery you guys are getting, you're not addressing the real flaw. You're not addressing what's really affecting you. You're just putting a Band-Aid over it. I don't care how many BBLs you get, how many wigs you wear, how much you get your nail. I don't care about that. The real issue is inside. You're all fucked up inside. And you got these black women that are dying on surgery tables trying to look like the next IG model. They're dying. But no one's addressing that either, right? Women don't want to address that. Let's address why these women feel like dying trying to get surgery is more important than them fixing their attitude. Because, ladies, it ain't got nothing to do with your body or your face. It's your fucking attitude. It's your tongue. When you open your mouth and you speak, you look like Flavor Flav to some of these men. That's why you're not getting any respect. It has nothing to do with your sagging titties or the few stretch marks you have on your legs. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It's your attitude that you're not fixing. Dr. Miami can't fix that. That's what your problem is, and then y'all want respect. You're dying just to get respect? That ain't gonna work. Quaz, you on? How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Yeah. I saw that Kevin Samuels thing and it just made me even more upset. Like, okay, he's dead and gone. Now it was struggle bloggers are out there saying that, he had eviction problems. If you ask me, I think it's the women that are overweight and hate him to begin with. Always coming out with these rumors, but that's to hear say or hearsay. But you're absolutely right. this is just you can't really ask for respect if you don't respect yourself. It don't matter if you're a woman or a man or not, you know. And it's just funny. It just makes those type of women even more hypocrites because because they'll tell us if we was to do that, we'll be. It's like double standards because if we do that, it's be the same thing for us. You don't get no respect for us, so we do it. But if you do it, it's supposed to be we supposed to care. It's like you got Cardi B making all these music, making all the music and stuff. You got Megan the Stallion, who said she was shot, by the way, to come to find out that the doctor said that they pulled out glass fragments.
Yeah,
So
that'll be on
now,
another show. Let's not address Megan right now
yeah,
because
let's not
right now
address
it's
it.
like it's in the air. I want to wait until we get official facts so I can so
Right, let's get
that
official
there will be a show called Meg
facts.
Smollett, and I'm gonna need you on there. Meg Smollett coming soon, but we gonna wait. I'm
Uh,
waiting for a little bit
right,
more.
right. But I'm okay. I'm gonna take that point out of it. I'm gonna take that point out of it. But coming from experience, I was in a situation. This is just speaking on my situation. I had an ex girlfriend who was very promiscuous, and she didn't have a high school diploma, right? And this how you, and this just shows how they don't have respect for us, because she would never defend me to her people. I was out there working, giving as much money as I could, and as soon as she found an opportunity to leave, she left. You wanna know why y'all wanna know why she left Daphne? Because she never respected me. Because how can you tell me to be the man in a relationship and you want to act like the man in a relationship? It never works. Then she disrespect me, and I was like, you know what, bro? You can have it. You can have it. You can't ask me as a man to respect you if you're not able to respect me. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you. Okay, well, I appreciate you saying what addressing that. And again, a lot of women don't like being called a hoe, but when you move like a hoe, it's like when people say if it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, right? So, like I said,
It's a
I'm
duck.
not just saying her. I also said future, so I'm holding both accountable. Any man that's out
Right.
here humping from woman to woman, that's a whole move. I actually pray that you don't have a disease, and I ask myself, how many of these women are actually I've never seen a woman go online or on live and say, "Hey, here's my AIDS results. Look, everybody, I'm clean." No one does that anymore. No one's even checking. Y'all out here sleeping with these rappers and you're not being protected, and they've already slept with all these people, and you're still doing it without protection. That's dangerous, people. It is. You already know this man hops from coochie to coochie, or this woman hops from dick to dick, and y'all still think that it's cute. Like I said, and again, I know a lot of you guys love Lori Harvey and you praise her. You think she's the prettiest girl. Ooh, and she knows how to be quiet. I can give it to her. One thing about Lori Harvey, she does know how to be quiet. She rarely speaks. When she does, she says a few lines and that's it. She does know how to stay quiet and stay. But when it comes to her relationships, she's loud. Every guy that she has been with, we have seen it. We have seen who she's been with because every guy she was with, she took a picture. So her fake dad, Steve Harvey, who's not her real dad at all, who has taught these women to get to know someone, he couldn't even get that out of her to do that. All she did was she would date a guy and move to the next guy and move. And we all know that they're not reading the Bible. We know that they're having sex, but it doesn't take a. Stevie Wonder knows they're having sex. All I'm saying is when you're a young woman like her in your 20s and you've already been with 9 guys, that is really bad. I mean, the Akon's brother, I didn't even know about that until someone actually sent that to my inbox. She actually fucked Akon's brother. And then after Akon's brother, that is when she got with Michael B. Jordan. So Michael B. Jordan, I feel bad for him. He can go ahead and say he's in love and all that stuff, but this woman has been with half the industry. And I just think that for her being so young, that's a lot of miles on that car. That's all I'm saying. And she's a very beautiful girl. I would never take away from someone's beauty. She's beautiful. But let's not forget she used to be fat and pudgy too. So if Michael B. Jordan got with the Lori Harvey that was a little chubby and had weight on her. She got some stuff done too. She just didn't go crazy with her surgery, but she did get the fat sucked out. We're not going to sit here and act like we're all idiots here. A lot of these women, this is what they do. And they all want to be wives. They do want to be wives, but they want to choose the right guy that's going to be able to fund their lifestyle. Women love to show out for IG. They love to make you think that this is the life they're living. Drake said there's women that take pictures and they'll make you think that's where they're at. And that's not even where they're at anymore, but they want you to think they're still on vacation, that they're living this life where they don't have to work. And that's not true, ladies. Y'all looking up to the wrong people. Y'all won't look up to these women who it took them a little bit to make their money because they did it the right way. Y'all look up to the women that sleep their way up to the top. A lot of these women are sleeping their way up to the top and they want respect. And that's not the way you get respect. I respect the woman that had to grind for years because she wasn't going to sell her pussy to get that number one hit. A lot of these women had to sell pussy to get that beat that was going to take them to the next level. And they don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that, right? Because that makes the women look bad. But I respect a woman who comes out and says, yeah, I had to fuck my way up to the industry because they weren't hearing me. Well, because you were trash. A lot of these women can't rap. They can't sing, but they're pretty. And they know sex sells. So they might have to suck a few dicks just to get that number one hit. And let's not act like that shit ain't happening. Because I know a lot of people say, how the fuck did she make it? This song is trash. This song is absolutely trash. But she is absolutely beautiful. So it makes sense. You can be pretty as fuck and can't rap or sing, and you'll still make it. That's what's going on now. But women won't address that. Back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, Jada, women could actually rap. The MC Lights, the Missy Elliott's, the Lauryn Hills. They didn't have to show a titty to get 8 Grammys. Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill didn't have to show nothing. She had dreads. She was naturally beautiful. Dark-skinned beauty. And had 8 Grammys in one fucking night. Now you got WAP. You got titties out. 2 women scissoring on the Grammys. And that got a Grammy. Come on, you guys. We're going backwards. But you want respect. You think the Grammys respected them after that show? White people were like, oh, we're never watching the Grammys again. Got us out here looking like fools. 2 women on stage scissoring. Get the fuck out of here, ladies. We're better than that. Y'all want respect, but this is the shit y'all doing. Tongue kissing another woman in a video, but you're married to a man. What are we teaching our kids? But you want respect, though, right? You can't even respect yourself. Can you actually do a song? Can you actually wear an outfit where you're fully covered? Can you do that for once? Y'all want respect, you'll never get it. Especially from these white people. They laugh at us because we don't even respect ourselves. We on here selling pussy just to get a few likes, a few shares. But then we say our men don't worship us. No, men are not supposed to worship you. Who the fuck are you? You're not even God. So if you're not God, ain't nobody gonna worship you. You want somebody to worship you? Go buy somebody that'll do that. Because a real man ain't gonna do it. I'm telling you. Renee, I'm about to unmute you. You're on. Go ahead, Renee.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm not gonna be long because I have to start work in like 5 minutes or 8. Um, but I just wanted to say that I agree with everything you're saying. And I feel the same way. And how I feel is that like a lot of these women, it's not even just the respect of the men. I think we don't even have the respect of our own kids because this is what they see. Everything starts from home. And I feel like they want to get mad at the Kevin Samuels and they want to say, well, black men don't respect black women. But that black boy that you raised, you were the first example that he saw. And I feel like it started from you. It didn't start from these podcasts. It didn't start from all these different YouTube channels that they want to call out and say, black women don't get, no, black women don't respect themselves. And I know it's not all because I'm a black woman myself. But I feel like it should start from home. When our kids see different men running in and out of the home, or this man is here today, and then we put them to bed, and then a man is coming through the door. What are they supposed to think? That is childhood trauma, and I feel like as they get older, that trauma stays, and all it does is just grows and gets bigger. And that's what kind of fuels that. I'm not going to say hatred, but I'm going to say dislike, because the black woman that raised them didn't show them no respect, why would they respect any other black woman that they see walking the street?
Talk
So
that,
that's
Renee.
that's just how I
Talk
feel.
that talk, Renee.
And I could, I mean, maybe I'm off topic because I know
You
that's
not.
not really what you were talking about.
No, go ahead, Renee. You spitting.
But that's just how I feel. Everything starts from home. They want to blame everybody else but themselves, when in fact we're the blame. And I'm gonna say we because I'm a black woman, so I have to put myself in that same boat, whether I'm like the other ones or not. So that's it. That's really all I had to say. I just wanted to throw it out there. I didn't really have anything profound to say. I don't really get on shows and talk like this, so I'm a little shaky. I don't know if y'all can tell,
No,
but
you did it, Renee. You did amazing. No judgment here. I promise you, no judgment. You did amazing. Okay, we respect you.
thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have anything else to say, Queen?
No, no, thank you. That's all I want to say. I just want to say I love your work. I watch you all the time, whether or not I comment. I don't comment, but I do appreciate what you're doing.
I appreciate you too, Queen. Thank you. You have my middle name, so I respect you. Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
thank you.
You're welcome. You have a good day at work. Okay.
You too.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye bye. So that was a woman who let us know that these women, they're not respecting themselves. They're not. You guys, they're not. Like I said, I wouldn't have done this if I didn't feel like she was just way off topic. And again, if you know that you are, a young woman who was born at the end of the 90s, you really didn't get to see how it happened in the 80s because you weren't there. So again, you got to always be careful what you say. And now Jada's claiming that she's going to have a podcast. So I'm real curious as to what she's going to say. Is it going to be about taking accountability? Probably not. It's probably going to be about these niggas because that's how she refers to men. And men are not, if you want the respect from a man, calling him a nigga, that's like him calling you a bitch. That's not his name. That's not your name, right? Unless you put bad in front of it. See, these women, this is how weird they are. Don't call me a bitch unless the word bad is in front of it. Then I can fuck with you. Hey, that's the women now. They don't mind you calling them that as long as you put bad. Now, if you tell a woman, damn, you a bad bitch. Hey, boo. Instead of saying, damn, bitch, your attitude is bad. Now you got a problem. See? So they don't mind you calling them a bitch. You just got to put bad in front of it. That's all. That's how these women are. A lot of them are not going to get mad at you if you call them a bad bitch. They call themselves that every day, but they won't respect. If you're calling yourself a bad bitch, you're definitely not going to get respect. I can tell you that. They're going to call you a bitch. If you want to call yourself a stallion, okay, so now you're a horse. Got it. We got it. You're confused. These women are living the lives of these rappers and these IG people, and that is not their true life. And like I was telling Marquez, when the Megan Thee Stallion thing comes out, that's when I'll address it. This thing has been going on for 3 years, it feels like, forever. But we're going to get to the bottom. And when the truth comes out, I'm going to ensure that she gets the same energy that Tory got for the 2.5 years. The same energy. I'm going to create a change.org to have her taken off of all platforms. Oh, it's going to be a fun day. We're going to have a party. I might even do a giveaway because the things that women say for lies and clout just to make a man look bad and they have the whole world judging that man with no facts yet. That's how crazy this world is. A woman can come out and say, he did this to me, and the whole world will stop for that woman. Mind you, there'll be no facts, no proof, no evidence, nothing, just her words. And the whole world will agree with that woman. And then when the truth comes out, you don't hear a damn thing. No one says anything. No one says that man didn't deserve this. They let it go. Is it Jalea?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I said it right. Hi, Jalea. You on?
Hi. So I agree with everything you're saying. I'm actually a mother of a 3-year-old son. So with that being said, pretty much just to kind of piggyback off of what was her name, Renee?
The woman that was your son?
Yes.
Her name was Renee.
Okay, so just to piggyback off of Renee was saying that we as mothers, just to speak on mothers, we are the first example to our children before they step foot out the house. we are the first ones to have an influence on them. And once they step foot out the house, then pretty much they are a product of their environment, or they could become a product of their environment. So with that being said, it's like we as parents, we have to be very cautious as to what we expose our children to, because their minds are like sponges. So they pay attention to everything that we say and do, even when we think they're not paying attention. So I can't stress like how important it is for us to really like be careful as to what we pretty much have out in the open, because our children, their minds are so impressionable. That's the reason why I try to be careful as to what I say, what I do, what type of content I'm watching. Yes, call me paranoid. People could call me paranoid, or oh, you're too cautious, you're too careful, whatever. Your child gonna grow up to do those things anyways. First of all, I wouldn't want nobody to speak that into existence. Nobody has the right to dictate as to how my child will turn out to be but me. So pretty much, like, at some point we as parents have to be willing to admit when we may be slacking, because we not gonna get everything right. It's no manual on how to be a parent, Miss Daphne. It's really not. I'm still learning myself. But um it's okay to take constructive criticism whenever we need it, because at the end of the day, we a community, Miss Daphne. So I would want somebody to tell me if, hey, I think you could do this a little better, or I don't think that you should be exposing your child to this or to that. There's nothing wrong with that, because sometimes we do things without us even being aware of it, and we're adults. So
I agree. I agree with what you said, and I love the fact that you said I have a child that I have to raise, and I gotta be careful on what I'm watching. That doesn't make you paranoid. That makes you a good parent. Because, like I said, working for the state, a lot of these parents don't give a fuck what their kids are watching. They don't. I actually went to a school to visit one of my students who I helped and I was there for. But I went to go see her, and when I was there was a kid who was looking on. He was on Instagram, and I was standing right behind him, just looking at what he was looking at. I was being nosy, and he actually went on to someone else's Instagram, and all I saw was ass. Now, mind you, these kids now, they do have phones. They do have phones. Their parents are allowing them to have phones, and they have access to all this pornography that is right there. TikTok is probably the most dangerous, but Instagram has it too. And I was standing behind him. I said, "What you looking at?" And he damn near dropped the phone. He was so scared. And I told him, "Why are you looking at that?" He said, "It's my phone," and ran away. And I said, "Wow, these parents are giving their kids all this stuff, and they're not even paying attention. Then they're wondering why they're having kids so young." I mean, back when I was in high school, we didn't have many pregnant women. Nowadays, when I work for the state, a 14-year-old she's pregnant? How did that happen? And like you said, mom is bringing guys in and out, so she thinks it's cool. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna do that too. Let me start saying what I want to do, because they're not being good parents, and a lot of them don't deserve their kids. And I took a lot of kids away from bad parents, women and men. It wasn't just women, it was men too, but most of it was women who had these thugs in the house when they were not supposed to have anybody in the house according to their contract. They were living on Section 8. They had rules. Can't have this guy in the house. I used to sneak up on them. That's why I was good at what I did. I knew they were lying. I knew he was in the closet. I knew something wasn't right. So at the end of the day, they don't do it like they did back in the day when we were thorough. Out here now, these kids are being killed. They're being left in houses. These parents are really bad. And the sad part is a lot of dads weren't even aware that their kid was living like that because the mom had the kid. Because the
yes,
judge felt like the kid needs to be with the mom. And we need judges who are going to do the right thing. If you know this mom has a history of abuse, a history of drugs, a history of letting these pookies in the house, why the fuck would you give her half custody? She don't deserve no custody. Because if it
yes,
had been a man, he'd make that man go through hoops and hurdles before he can get his kid back. We got to
yes,
do
ma'am, I
weekly
agree.
visits. You know what I'm talking about. We got to do weekly. And when I worked for the state, thank God I knew my shit because I was able to help a lot of them. But when I resigned, it went downhill, and I felt bad. I felt like I let those people down, but I had to move forward. All I'm saying is nowadays they're not as thorough, and the judge automatically thinks the mom deserves it. And again, it depends on the wig the mom is wearing. I've seen women come into court. I just saw her the other night on Instagram shaking her ass with the red wig on, long nails. Now she's in court with a little short, little Halle Berry wig. Don't want to look up. She's looking down. Makeup making her look like she's battered. These women are good. They are good at what they're doing. That's why the Amber Heard thing, they said she's acting. That ain't real. She's lying. I can tell. Now you can break things down, but back in the day, they couldn't break it down like that. These women looked like they had just got through fighting in a war. So the judge automatically had a soft spot. Don't let that judge be a woman, because she's going to automatically go with the woman. The man ain't going to come in there crying with boogers in his nose. He going to say, Judge, look, I love my kid. I just want to be in their lives. Then you have a woman, they're scared of him. They're terrified of him. So like I said, I've seen it. These women want respect. They don't deserve it. Like you said, you're a woman and I'm a woman, but we have no problem with calling out other women. And that's what women are not doing. That's why we have more of these kids acting a fool. Like you said, cussing out people. This is my phone. Fuck you. You can't tell me what to do. I can do what I want to do, because that's how they talk at home.
Yes.
See, so you're right, Queen. You're right. And like I said, it sounds to me like you're a good mother and you know what you're doing. And that's really good, because you're right. There is no blueprint, but there's so much help out there. These women don't want that help. They want to do it all by themselves. I'm bad. The dad would be like, look, I'll take him off your hand. No, he's my kid. As if she had the kid by herself. See, these women that say they can do it all by themselves and this is my kid and it's all mine, until child support comes into play. Now you need his money, right? So you're not doing it by yourself. If you're getting that $10,000 a month, you are not doing it by yourself. You need his money. So quit saying you a bad bitch and you can do it all. Because if the child support wasn't there, you'll be a broke bitch. You'll be a bitch on the street, a bitch living in a shelter. Let's keep it 1,000 here.
No,
y'all
you're
always
right.
say y'all could do it all on your own until you file that child support paperwork. Now you need his help. Now you need dick. Now you need the man to step up, right? So again, these women got to do better. And until they do better, we got to keep calling them out. So guys, I'm actually going to play that because I do have it pulled up here. I'm going to play what Jada said verbatim so you guys can hear it. And like I said, it's on the Shade Room. And I can say 70% of the comments were women agreeing, saying that men ain't shit. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. If you want to mute your phone, Queen, the Empress, if you want to mute your phone, I'm about to play this, okay?
Okay.
And you know, lately, like, I always be asking my friends, like, do y'all feel like the value of women to guys have went down, or guys just don't, respect us, appreciate us how they used to back in the 80s and the 90s? Like, women control literally, because I can say this now, but I only say that because of status. Like, we making hella money just like these. But as far as a man literally worshiping the ground a woman walk on, it's kind of rare these days. We're running out of that. And it's kind of scary in society today. And I don't know, I might piss a lot of people off talking about this, but this is just conversations I be having with my friends. But guys don't appreciate us. I don't know what it is. This might be just something I talk about on maybe the first topic I talk about on my podcast, because I don't know. It's just a little weird these days. It's like we got to fight for a spot in these lives, or they want to put, I don't know. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to save this for my podcast, because I know I got a podcast coming out. Yeah, we all about to be acting normal. I got a podcast coming. Stay tuned.
So y'all heard that. Y'all heard what she said. I honestly think it was just to promote her podcast too. She wanted to make it as controversial as possible. But worshiping the ground they walked on, I didn't know they did that in the 80s and 90s. Can someone enlighten me who was worshiping women like that? Because I'm an 80s baby. I ain't see it. You had men that respected women, but they weren't worshiping them. There is a difference. And we can go both ways with it. What about men? Don't they deserve to be worshipped too? Because back in the day, men brought home the bacon, right? Men worked, provided. The women were at home taking care of the kids, but the men went out there and did hard labor every fucking day. Were they worshipped? No. So, but women respected them. The food was hot in the oven. They made sure the house was clean. They did what they were supposed to do. Women aren't doing that now. So why would a man worship you? You don't deserve to be worshipped. Nobody should be worshipped but God. That's what that goes to. You're supposed to respect each other and love each other and have each other's back. But that don't happen now because a woman's going to tell you, well, I don't cook, I don't clean, but I can look good for you in pictures. I can bring the body to the table where you can look good in front of your friends. It's bigger than that, ladies. We have to do more than that. And like I said, Jada's a pretty woman. Before the surgery and the fake teeth and all that stuff, she was a normal girl on the street that probably didn't get that much attention. So little baby also helped elevate her too. He helped pay for that surgery. When she moved to Atlanta, he did all that for her. So she didn't just get a baby at the deal. She got status at the deal. She even, now I'm at a different status, so I can say this. See how women are? A man will put you on and you forget. Some women forget. You calling him this, but he respected you enough to put you at a different status. Because when he knew her as just the Jada from the block, who was just a normal looking woman with a normal shaped body, she didn't have nothing to offer. She was okay looking. She was decent. Then you give a little baby, and now you're a beautiful woman. You're a big YouTuber. You got you got a different body now, wearing the best hair. Little baby put her on. Little baby didn't need her. She needed him. You didn't want to acknowledge how he helped you, though, right? You're just mad that he left you a baby mama. But again, little baby had a baby already before dating her. The baby was young. If this man just had a baby with his ex, who was not with in 2015, and you guys are in love in 2016, something's wrong. You women are getting lust mixed up with love. You're lusting over this man. The money is just so beautiful to you that you don't care about what happens after. Then when it happens, now you're mad. Now the men are not respecting you. Like I said, men do respect women. They do that every day to the women who deserve respect. You can't just walk into a room and say, give me respect now, motherfuckers. No, you got to earn that shit. In jobs, in life, you have to earn respect. When I used to play basketball against these men, do you think they respected me? I'm the only female on a men's team. Do you think they were going to say, oh, yeah, she's like Kobe Bryant? No. I had to make maybe 5 or 6 shots to get their respect. That's how life is. You can't demand it, ladies. You can demand it all you want, but you're not going to get it. And if you do get it, it's going to be from some low-level man that just doesn't care. And he's going to worship you because his life isn't great if you get the right man. But a real alpha male, he ain't going to worship you. He'll have your back, but he's not going to worship you. So I think this young lady is confused. Being born in 1998, she's confused. She's a baby in our book. She's a baby. She don't really know what life is. She ain't went through nothing in no damn 80s. Girl, sit down. Sit down. Because in the 80s, they weren't getting no BBLs either. Y'all want to talk about that? Let's talk about what y'all women are doing now. That they didn't do shit like that back in the 80s. Do y'all know any woman that got a BBL back in the 80s? Let me know. Because I could be wrong. But I don't remember BBLs. I remember Dr. Miami doing surgery on these women in the 80s. Lauryn Hill didn't get no BBL. The Aaliyahs didn't get a BBL. They kept their bodies. Missy Elliott didn't get no BBL. MC Lyte didn't get a BBL. I mean, you had your little Kim who wasn't happy with herself, but she was beautiful before all those issues. Again, if God could make these women happy, they're going to always be chasing the next surgery. Little Kim is a great example of that. She keeps messing with her face, keeps messing with her body, and she's a baby mama. Ain't nothing great happening in her life. She's still insecure. If you got to get all this surgery, you're still photoshopping your pictures, you're not happy. The surgery didn't make you happy. The baby didn't make you happy. Nothing's going to make these women happy if God could make them happy. A lot of y'all men need to realize that. These women are not happy, and you can't do nothing about that. So move on to the next woman who has some sense. Because if a woman's telling you that she don't feel like you're respecting her enough and she's not giving you a reason to respect her, man, release her to the streets. Her and the wig, the nails, release it. You can find that somewhere else. All these women look the same on IG now. All these women got the same body type. Go on IG right now. All these women look the same. Nobody is different. Nobody stands out. And like I told you guys earlier, a lot of these women in the industry, you know their music is trash. You know that they suck. But sex sells. The right body type, you can sell anything you want. They're not buying your music because it's good. It's because you look good. Some women don't have no skills with rapping and singing, but they can shake their ass. And that's what those women are going to be known for. A lot of these women ain't nothing but just a pretty face, but they have no skill, no talent. And we know it. And I don't disrespect people, but I'm going to keep it 100. Like I said, Sweetie, she ain't no rapper. If you told her to freestyle, if you go on YouTube right now, her freestyle, somebody said it was garbage. Because it was. She's a pretty woman. Modeling could have been her lane. But rapping is not her lane. And when you get these good beats and people are letting you use their beats, but your song is still trash, you ask yourself how. How are they giving her this lane when she's garbage? Because nowadays women don't have to know how to rap. But if you lay on that table and get the right BBL, anybody will sign you because you're pretty. I wouldn't want to be known for my looks if my whole thing was about that I was a rapper, right? If you're a rapper, but they only know you for being pretty, or if you're a rapper, but they only know you for having strong knees, that shouldn't be what your legacy is. Wouldn't y'all want people to say, I know her because her song was the bump? No, they don't do that for these women. These women are not good. All these little dolls and all this, they're trash. None of these rappers today are gonna get respect from me because they don't even respect themselves. And in every song they have, the video is the same. They're naked, swinging from a pole. Women, we gotta do better. We are not doing right. Like I said, and then when things happen to you, you asked for it. Like I said, y'all call Kanye crazy, right? Until their son saw Kim's sex tape. You see why he doesn't want them on social media, y'all? You get it now? You fucking get it now? Because that's all they're gonna see. Well, ain't this your mama's ass? Ain't this her coochie? Yep. Then we're finding out that they set that shit up from the beginning. But y'all all dragged Ray J, right? He was the villain. Not even knowing that Chris had calculated this all to be released like it was. And then you had Kim crying like she didn't know the shit was going to get released. Now you're starting to get the truth. These women are dangerous. Now you're starting to get the truth. Kim knew that sex tape was coming out. Ray J made her famous. But y'all don't want to give that black man the credit, right? Kanye gave her style. But y'all don't want to give that black man the credit, right? It's all about women, right? You think men are going to respect her? She was lucky enough to have Kanye. Maybe Kanye thought he could turn a hoe into a housewife, but look where that got him. And then y'all don't want to accept the fact that Kim had 3 failed marriages. Y'all talk about Kevin's 2 failed marriages, right? But you won't address Kim's. Come on, y'all. Because she's a woman, right? Because she sells makeup and she's all on TV. Y'all don't want to give her the same energy you're giving Kevin, right? She has 1 up over Kevin. 3 failed marriages. But y'all don't want to talk about that, right? That's not the topic. Y'all want to call him Kanye crazy and call Kevin evil. But Kim has 3 failed marriages. And she even said on TV, well, maybe the 4th one is the charm. The fuck? If Pete marries her, she's going to have 4 failed marriages. Kim is the problem. At what point do women acknowledge that they're the problem? You keep going through men. Like I said, if God couldn't make her happy with the pancake butt she had, she's never going to be happy. She still photoshops her pictures. This woman will never be happy. It's another example. They're never going to be happy. A man ain't going to do that. Kids are not going to do that. They have something going on inside that they don't want to get surgery on. It's all on the outside. Like I said, women, y'all got to do better. And you don't want another woman to tell you that because you think we're all supposed to be on the same lane. Like, oh, yeah, do what you want. We're not going to hold you accountable. Well, I don't do that here. These women are doing too much just to get accepted. And like I said, Jada, if you're listening, you can go and do your podcast and I'll make sure I listen and add in my 2 cents. You need to work on yourself, young lady. You don't know nothing about the 80s or the 90s. You were born in 98. Speak on the 2000s. And I might say, okay, she might speak on 2010 because at least you were of age where you would have saw some stuff. But we're not going to go in the 80s and 90s, hon. You can't go there. Speak on the mistakes that you made. Again, ladies, if you're going to get with a man and he's giving you all the game up front, look, I got a kid. I just had this kid. Start using your brain. Stop getting happy about the money he can buy you. And a lot of these women don't want no Russell. So stop saying that because that's going to be a show too. Y'all don't want no man that's going to love you. Y'all want a man that can spend money on you. You want Birkins and bundles. You don't want love and loyalty. You want Birkins and bundles. They want the B and B, not the L and L. They want the B and B. Birkins and bundles is the thing. If you can't buy me a Birkin, you're not on my level. They won't date the man that owns a franchise that can give her love and loyalty. She want that rapper that he might fuck other bitches, but I'm gonna get my bundles and Birkins so I can show off on IG the new Birkin I got. That's the new life. But you want respect. Empress, did you have something else to say, hon?
Man, you really, I ain't even gonna say you hit the hammer on the nail. You just took a whole jackhammer and really just, drilled into the ground, man. You really touched on a lot of valid key points. What stuck out to me the most was when Jada mentioned that what happened to the men worshiping the ground that women walk on? I'm like, that's the problem. That's the problem right there. A lot of men are starting to realize their worth. So, to be honest with you, we don't need no more of those. We need more men that actually have respect for themselves enough to know when to walk away from a situation that's not serving them any purpose. Because at the end of the day, it can't be the man that's being of service. The woman has to be of service as well. So I don't know. And I'm young myself because I'm actually 25 years old, Miss Daphne. So I'm actually right there by Jada. But the way I think it's just totally different. I wouldn't want my son to be kissing on the ground of a woman while she just get there, sit there and just pretty much just have her foot on his neck. No, that would not sit well with me at all. It wouldn't. It honestly wouldn't. I'm just being honest. With that being said, it's not that men don't respect women. It's more like men don't respect females. Females that don't have respect for themselves. Because there's a difference between a female versus a woman.
Mm.
So females, you already know, typical behavior, don't want to be told nothing, very combative, very argumentative, don't want to cooperate. Because I don't want to say submissive, don't want to submit. Why? Because for some reason, when that term is being used, what goes through a female's mind? I have to be inferior to him. I have to do what he say. I don't have a say, pretty much. And it's like, no, that's not what being submissive means. It just simply just means to cooperate and to compromise. And a
Mm.
lot of females not willing to do that. They want things to go their way. It's their way or no way or the highway, or basically I'm gonna give him hell. I'm gonna give him hell if he doesn't give me what I want. And it's like, no, that's what children do. Children throw a fit whenever they don't get what they want.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
a lot of stuff she said I didn't agree with. Why? Because at the end of the day, um, a man treats a woman how she treats herself. So
That's
to
right.
be honest with you, she already knew what the baby, I'm not the baby, little baby was about. How long she been with him? Come on now. A
Right.
man not gonna
Off
feel
and
the
on,
need to
right?
change.
Yep.
Yes.
And he didn't change. I think they were
He
off
didn't
and on for like
change.
what,
He didn't.
5 years?
I thought it was 7.
So, here's the
I thought
thing.
it was 7.
Before she had the baby with him, he embarrassed her by saying that he wasn't in love with her. That was in 2018, 2 years after they were dating. And yet, 2 years later, she's having his kid.
Mm,
Like, come on. Once you embarrass me and say you're not in love with me, and I'm thinking that we in love, why did she have a kid with him? Because child support is more important. It's more important. You can't tell me
yeah.
that woman didn't analyze what he said, and it didn't hurt. So if it hurt, why'd you still have his bastard baby 2 years later? She had all the red
Right.
flags from this fool. He's telling her, look, I'm going to do you like I did my first baby mama. And that's what he did. And now look where she's at. Starting a podcast, just like Summer Walker. When they get mad, they take it out on all men instead of that man that they chose. Lil Baby didn't put no gun to her head and said, I want you to have my seed now, young lady. No, she knew it. He's a rapper. He already had one bastard baby. And now look, it repeated itself. These women are repeating the cycle. They are repeating the cycle over and over and over again. They're not learning. All those women that got with Future, you mean to tell me they didn't know he had a baby prior to them? Future's the biggest hoe out there. Actually, Chief
You
Keef
right.
got him. Chief Keef has nine kids by 9 women. He has Future by one. So he's winning. Chief Keef is the ultimate leader right now of the pack. 9 women. And the youngest, his oldest woman that he got with, she was in her 40s, like 45, and he was 17. How come nobody's
Ooh,
addressing that?
Jesus.
Yeah, she's 40. She
Lord.
was 43. Chief Keef was 17 years old. That was his. And that woman, come on now. If that had been a man
Yes.
with a girl, he'd be in prison with R. Kelly singing and
Already.
making plates. So, like I said, when it's a woman, they get away with it. She definitely took advantage of that young man when he was 17. But that's what started his baby streak. Now he has 9. 9 with 9. Future has 8 with 8. Nick Cannon's right behind that. All these women know that these men are hoes and they out here pumping and dumping. And y'all add yourself to the list. Then get mad when men call y'all 304s. Well, I mean, you didn't know Nick Cannon didn't have other kids? No. Fucking lie. Every woman has a social media. I don't want to hear it. You didn't know Future had 8? No. You didn't know Chief Keef? No. I'm not believing that. It's too much technology out here. All 3 of those men I named are men that you can easily know that they have other baby mamas. And yet these women opened their legs up and became the next baby mama. So again, these women are saying that child support is more important than 2 people in the household. I would rather get paid every month for having his bastard kid than to work a job and have a family and have us all under the same roof. That's why the times are different, because you women are not thinking like those women in the 80s who wanted there to be everybody in the same household. Women that were willing to make sure the house stayed together. While he's out there working, you got the house straight. It's clean. You cooked. When he pulls up to the house, he can smell the food from outside. He know you threw down. Women don't do that now. They don't
No.
pack their husband's lunch and say, look, babe, here, I got you a lunch so you ain't got to buy no fast food. Women don't do that anymore, and that's why they're not married. I do that for my husband all the time. I make sure he's straight all the time. I love to cook. It don't mean I'm a housewife and
Yeah.
I'm lazy. No, that's what we're supposed to do.
Yes,
That's what we're
that's what we're
supposed to do.
supposed to
He
do.
cooks
Know
too,
your role.
and he cooks too. We cook together. But I just would rather cook. I want him to come home to a clean house, smells good, he's feeling good. If he says his back hurts, I got you. Women are supposed to be the masseuse, the doctor. You're supposed to be everything to that man. But women don't do that no more. When did we stop worshiping our men? Because back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, they were the targets of police, right? So how the fuck were they supposed to worship you and make sure that they didn't get their head blown off by the man? So if you want to go back, Jada, to the 80s and 90s, look at how black men were treated, fool. That's why you shouldn't go on these platforms and say shit without doing your research. Our black men were the targets. They
And
targets now
still are, Miss
and
Daphne.
still are.
And still are,
And
to
still,
be
so we
honest
should
with
be
you.
worshiping them for
Yeah,
still going out there to provide for the family, knowing that they can be killed at any moment.
they
Come
risk
on,
their
Jada.
lives every day.
Or
Every day.
dumbass saying that.
They risk their lives every single day. It's a lot of stuff that a lot of females don't know about what a lot of what men go through, period, but especially black men. Why? For the simple fact that they black, and they really don't understand that our men really go through more than what we know. But you want to know why we don't know too much about what our men go through? Because they're not vocal about it. And why they're not vocal about it? Because they feel like nobody cares. So they just keep everything bottled up to themselves, and they run into hiding, and they deal with their problems by themselves by basically turning to destructive behavior, not even realizing that they can't deal with their problems by themselves. But they feel like that's the best way for them to cope with their problems, because again, it's like nobody cares. When they try to be vocal about their problems, it's like nobody listening. They don't really have enough of support like how us women and children do. They really don't. So you might as well say it's like they had to deal with their problems alone. And I don't know, that don't sit well with me. I'm all
That's right.
about men's mental health. I
That's
really
right.
am.
That's right.
I really am, because they they deal with so much mentally, to the point where it's like they can hide it so well, Miss Daphne. They hide their stuff so well. They could put a big old smile on their face. They could dress nice. Whole time they dying inside, Miss Daphne. They dealing with so much. They probably be having suicidal thoughts.
No, they do. They're
Like
actually
it's
killing themselves. You're right. No,
yes,
you're right.
they be in dark places, Miss Daphne. They deal with major depression. Like depression is real. It's not just women that go through it. It's actually men. I actually feel like men go through it more than we do. And I'm not trying to downplay what we go through as women. More like I'm trying to, be more vocal about it, because a lot of men really do not have like the proper advocacy for their mental health, if they have any advocates at all, to be honest. So everything that she was saying, no, I do not agree with it. And I'm in her age bracket, but I don't agree with it. Why? Because it's like at the end of the day, Jada, You chose to be with that man. We all had to hold ourselves accountable. I've even had to hold myself accountable for certain type of decisions that I made in my past that were very poor. And that caught up to me. And I had to admit where I was wrong at, which is the reason why I'm able to speak about it. With that being said, she knew exactly who she was dealing with for 5 years, 7 years, however long they were together. With that being said, she can't blame nobody but herself. She has to blame herself. Accountability is something that's very hard for a lot of females to swallow. So, but at some point she gotta hold herself accountable, especially since because she have a child now. So it's like it's okay to be wrong. We don't get things right all the time,
That's
but
right.
you gotta be willing to admit when you're wrong so that you can grow. Other than that, I don't know. You just gonna keep getting the same result, just different men. And if you go through 5, 10 different men and you keep getting the same results, then it's not the men that's the problem, sweetie. It's you that's the problem. So
That's right. Facts. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. And like I said, this is coming from a woman who is young and close to the same age as Jada, who has a different mindset on things. And it's your way of thinking. But before you say something, I would advise these women to really do their research. Eric Wood said I'm 50, and back then we were lucky to make it to 21. I believe that. So when she's saying that men are not treating women like they did in the 80s or 90s, men had the targets on their back in the 80s and 90s. And they needed our women to step up and be that person to protect them and make sure they were good. You know, but what she's talking about, we don't know what the fuck she's talking about. It's like she doesn't
I
know.
don't.
And even now, our black men are still targets, just like she said, Empress. They're still targets. And yet we need them to worship us. We have to help them and save them first. And if you
Right.
want a man to worship you, you better be worshiping him too. So it don't go one way anymore. These women keep thinking that because they get their bodies done, that they're deserving of worship. No, you're not. You just went and got your body done. Good for you. Okay, next. Because you got other women that look just like you. That's why when men say, what do you bring to the table? Ladies, they're not saying that to insult you. They're saying it because your look is the same look as 100 other people on IG. What makes you different than the other women that are built like the number 8? What makes you different? That your wig is purple and not red? What makes you different? You have to be able to bring something to the table that he's going to be able to work with and use. And sex is just not it anymore, ladies. Pussy is just not it anymore. They can get that anywhere. Men can get booty from anywhere they want. They want to know what can you bring to the table besides that, because they're the ones that's going to be working, paying the bills, and they want to know that they got somebody that knows what they're doing at home. Not a lazy broad that takes pictures all day, gets her hair done, get her nails done. They don't need that. What does he need you for if he's doing everything in the house? You have to be able to bring something else. And that's why a lot of you are still single. Y'all sit here and act like that's the life you want to live, but you made fun of Kevin Samuels and you said he died single when he didn't die by himself. He had a woman there with him. But in reality, a lot of you will die alone with cats in the house because that's the life you want to live. You don't want a man to be the lead. You don't want a man to hold you accountable when you fuck up, right? You want to be able to live a life where you're telling the man what to do. And you have a lot of women right now that are the aggressors in the relationship where she tells the man everything and he has to do it. And if he doesn't, child support, because they know that the courts will side with them. That's how much control they have over some of these men. So men, you got to be careful who you laying down with. Wear 10 condoms if you fucking have to. Because they know if you get them pregnant, it's over for you. If you cheat on me, child support. If you make me mad, child support. If you're not paying the bills, child support. They will hold that over your head. These new modern day women, they are not the same. They're out to get you, not help you. See, back in the day, women weren't just putting men on child support because they moved on. Women could do it. Women actually did do some of that by themselves. When the cops killed their husbands, they held it down by themselves. They took his legacy and they took it and they raised their kids. When Martin Luther King got shot down, Coretta made that shit work. All her kids turned out fine. She didn't have a choice, but all her kids turned out fine. None of them were city boys or hot girls. None of them. So again, it's you. You can change that narrative of being a hoe, being out there. You got to look at your kids and say, do I want this for them? Before I post my pussy online, do I want them to have to live with this when they grow up? No. Nowadays, kids are going to be embarrassed when they get older because of their piece of shit moms didn't think twice before they released that sex tape or released the tape of them sucking dick. I see that from women all the time, ladies. And you want respect. You will never get it from a man acting like that. Start acting right. Start treating men right. Stop with the attitude. You're not mad at black men. You're mad at little baby, Jada. So you got to get that fixed first before you can move on in a new relationship. Or else you're going to be angry and you're going to keep repeating that cycle. Might even have another kid with another rapper. Mylon, you're on. How can I help you, sir?
Hey, just calling to give like the last two young ladies props, man. That's really good to hear
See?
that women are actually holding themselves accountable. And like, I think I'm speaking for myself, but I think that's what most black men or men, period, just want to hear. And not calling to stay on all day, just calling to give them props. Because I think that more relationships will probably grow if a person just says, "Hey, I made some mistakes. I'm wrong," and then that's how you solve your problem by, like admitting something that you're not good at, or maybe something that you're weak at. And that's what men from the '80s and '90s and '70s, had to do our whole lives. So, that's it.
I appreciate you. Well, Empress is still on. She's been on still, and Empress, that was to you. He gave you a shout out.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know she was still on. Yeah.
Yep, she is. Yep, she is. I don't know if she's probably on mute. Hold on. Empress, can you hear us, hon? Empress, okay, yeah, she probably took a break, but no,
Okay.
thank you, Mylon, thank you for coming on, sir. You always, as I was trying to tell you, some of these women, their head is on right, their head is on
Yeah.
right. So again, I'm glad you came on, and I know we got some more talking to do, so I appreciate you.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll talk to you soon. So guys, like I was saying, at the end of the day, when it comes to women, you're not just going to get respect because you're asking for it. You have to start carrying yourself in a way where you're giving a man something to respect. He's not going to respect a woman who is out there being loose. And one thing that bothers me with women, some women, I'm going to stop saying women in general, sorry you guys, because I'm a woman. Some women, they'll say, well, he slept with all these women, why can't we do it? I mean, it's a double standard. I know it is, but women, we're not like men. Our bodies are not built like men. So we have to take into account that when you're out here sleeping around, you can get pregnant. You can get stuck with, you can be carrying somebody else's kid. It happens. We have to take control of our temples. You know what you're doing, and you can't sit here and say, because he's doing it, I should do it too. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. It doesn't matter. And if you get with a man that is sleeping around, you're choosing to be with him, that's your choice. But you can't get mad and play the blame game because you knew what it was before you guys fucked around, right? So all I'm saying, ladies, is you have to carry yourself in such a way where a man is going to say, wow, I can see myself talking to that woman. But that's why a lot of you are single. Like I said, right now, it's not about you. If the suicide rates were higher in men as we're talking today, that means that they're not getting the respect. Because they try to go to you, nothing. They can't get any help, so they kill themselves. I mean, the stats speak for themselves. If men are killing themselves at higher rates than women, then it's not about y'all anymore when it comes to depression and suicide. It's all about men. Why are men killing themselves at higher rates? Because you guys are not respecting them and you guys don't even care to talk to them. Y'all don't mind spending this money though, right? You don't mind going out and getting your hair done and your nails done. But when he comes home silent, you don't even take the time to see what's wrong. Because you out the door about to go get your nails done by Ling Ling and them. You guys got to start actually asking questions. Are you okay, babe? You good? You're not, your energy's different today. Yeah, I had a bad day at work. Well, tell me about it. He might lose his fucking mind. Because you actually said, tell me about it. How many women are actually saying, tell me about it? He can say, well, I'm having a bad day. Well, I hope it gets better. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Ladies, that's not going to help. You got to ask him what happened to make your day off. Because when he gets it out, you're going to get a better man every time because you actually care. That's why men don't open up to y'all. Because you want rather him open up his wallet than open up his heart. Y'all don't give a fuck about the heart. You care about that wallet. That's all you care about. You want to know what's in that wallet. Because you don't want to work, right? You want this man to do everything, but you don't even want to take the time to ask him if he's okay. Like I said, fellas, I actually just posted the other day a text transcript where the woman called the man gay because he was 43 with no kids. And she had an 8-year-old daughter and said that was weird that he didn't have no kids at 43. Are you gay? No. Bi? No. This is the mentality of a lot of these women. And the sad part is she's 38 saying this. 38 calling another man gay because he didn't have any kids. Not all men want bastard babies. They want a household where everybody's in the house, married, under one roof. That's what some men actually do want, that fairy tale. Believe it or not, ladies, they do. It's you guys that don't want that shit. Y'all don't want it. Something got to be wrong with him. So a man can't be on his grind, working, got his own house, got a car, and no kids. A man can't be like that. Yes, there are men like that out there that actually are smart too. That probably wore 3 or 4 condoms to make sure he didn't have no kids he didn't want to take care of. Because nowadays, women, remember, your body, your choice, right? You can say, I don't want this, but he can't. So you got some men that do go through great lengths to make sure they're not stuck with you. So at the end of the day, we need to start respecting our men and giving them props because y'all not doing that. But if they do something wrong, or if there's a sexual assault allegation, you guys are in the front line of that. And it be your own people not trusting what he's saying. I didn't do it. Yes, you did. I know you did. Then when the truth comes out, you just delete what you said. You don't even say, I'm sorry. That's the problem with you women, but you want respect. You won't get respect with that kind of mentality, ladies. You got to do better. It starts with the inside, though. No amount of bundles or Birkins are going to fix that. I'm trying to tell y'all that now. No amount of money, no amount of surgery, no amount of trips to Dr. Miami is going to fix that. You're going to always be fucked up inside. I don't care how many Instagram followers you have. That don't mean shit. Half your followers are bots. They're not even real. When Instagram did that little sweep, a lot of y'all was crying in the corner because you know what you're doing. I don't mind having 60,000 followers if those are real people. But you women are over here buying likes and attention. You know that shit ain't real. How do you have 10 million followers with 1,000 likes on pictures? I got that. Y'all ain't slick. You're not fooling me. You're fooling yourself and the people that follow you who are dumb as you. That's all you're fooling. We know you didn't go to the gym, but your belly button as high as your titties. Ain't no way that's natural. So stop fronting and start doing better. Instead of going to see Dr. Miami, go to school and get a degree. That won't go away. That doesn't get old. That doesn't expire like your body will. Start doing some things that's going to build a legacy for your kids. But y'all don't want to hear that because you're living this hot girl life, right? You don't cook. You don't clean. That's the life. I just need me a man that's going to fly me out to Dubai and, hey, girl. Well, good luck finding that man because he's not going to respect you. He might fly you out and give you some dick and then send you packing. That's what it's about. Ladies, you got to do better. And if nobody else is going to tell you, I'll tell you. I tell you, ladies, you need to do better. You will not get respect from an alpha male if you're out here acting like a man yourself. Some of you guys are real aggressive. Men don't respect us. Fuck those niggas. Okay. Then 2 days later, where are the good men at? They must be gay. That's how women are these days. When you're out here yelling and ranting, then you want to flip the script and say, well, there's no good men out here anymore. They out there. We need Justice, you're on. Go ahead, hon. So if we can keep it brief because I'm about to be wrapping up soon. Can you hear me? We need Justice. Can you hear me?
How are you? Yes, can you hear me?
It's a little, hold on. Keep talking because it sounds like you're messing up over there. Keep talking.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, sorry, I have to turn my phone around. I couldn't tell whether I wanted to come on or not because you had me laughing and I thought some of the things you said, I'm like, what that is, and I felt like I was out of touch and out of step.
Hey, hold on. You're
Like,
cutting out. We need Justice. You're cutting out, hon. Can you guys hear her on your end?
I'm gonna
come back in. Okay, she'll be back, you guys. Thank you, Eric. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. That was the first thing I was supposed to do. Thank you guys for 4,000 subscribers. I appreciate y'all. people that talk about real shit, it takes them longer to build their platform. I just want you guys to know I just started doing these videos back in February. So I haven't been doing this that long. So for me to have 4,000 when I started at like 200 in February, I think that's pretty damn good. I haven't really been moving, that fast, but to me that's progress. So I know people like me are not going to have 1 million followers and stuff because I spit real shit. But the minute I flip the script and say, oh, men ain't shit, or men need to do better, men are dogs, I probably have 2 million subscribers by the end of the month. I'm not going to do that. So I move slow like a turtle if I'm getting the respect that I deserve. But I'm not going to disrespect people just to get the respect. I ain't going to do that. So I appreciate you guys for sticking with me because I am trying. This is something new for me. I never did this before. So thank you to those 4,000 people who are subscribed to me. I promise you I appreciate that. I really do. Like I said, but at the end of the day, we're not going to let these women get away with the lies that they're saying online just to get people to tune into their podcast. Unfortunately, people are trying to do what Kevin Samuels did, but they're trying to do it in a way where they're being disrespectful just to make you click. It's called clickbait. I can say men ain't shit. Click here for the story. Everybody's going to click it, right? Because they know I'm about to spew some hateful shit. And unfortunately, that is the new thing. You have to be hateful and say that this type of man or this type of woman is bad to get people to feed into your bullshit. That's how easy it is to have a mass of followers who believe your negative shit. That's how easy it is. All you have to do is say men ain't shit, click on the link and view the show. Like I said, there's people right now who just started their podcast when Kevin died, and they already have more subscribers than me because all they do is spew hate. That should tell you guys enough right there. The hate pages they're just growing, guys. The hate pages are growing, but the accountability pages, they're growing, but at a slow rate. And like I said, a lot of these women, yeah, Vernon, you're right. A lot of these women are out for blood. I don't, when you say be careful, I'm okay. Like I said, one thing you can't be scared to do is tell the truth. Like at the end of the day, there's other pages like mine. I know there's one lady out there called Dee Dee who holds men accountable. There's some good pages out there who are bigger than me, and they're still surviving off of holding women accountable. So I'll be fine. I'm nowhere on their level yet. So I'm the last person y'all should be worried about. Okay, hold on. Let's see. We Need Justice. You're back on. Let me hear you talk so I can see if you're good.
Hi, is that better?
Yep, it's better. Go ahead. Talk to me.
Okay. Hi. You've had me laughing and thinking, and I thought, she's got me cracking up over here because some of the things that you're saying are not that they're funny, but it's just the timing and the way that you say them. They kind of like sound like jokes. But I know you're serious. And to the ladies that have been on, I mean, a great show as always. But for me, I think the biggest thing of where we are right now is that we've got so much going on nationally, locally, that the conversation about how we take care of each other, whether man or woman, and to call a man gay because he doesn't have a bunch of babies running around. I think you don't really know the facts. You didn't really take the time out to really get to know that person. Because maybe he doesn't have any live babies. Maybe it doesn't mean that he didn't get somebody pregnant and that woman chose not to have that baby or something to that effect. But it's like, we're so superficial and so shallow and so quick to make judgment about things because we don't really take the time out to get to find out all the facts and the details behind each other because we're so surface. We're, looking at that image, that Instagram image or whatever, and we think that that's that person or that's who they really are. And reality is that it took them maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes or an hour to look like that, but who they really are behind the Instagram page or behind that what OnlyFans or that other social media page, you don't really know that person. And that I think is the issue, is that we're too superficial, we're too shallow, and we don't have deep conversations with people. We don't get to know people. And because of that, we tend to miss out on a lot of people. And I think for me, coming up in the age ranges and things like that, I think there was something, I'm still I haven't quite processed the death of Kevin Samuels. And that's just something that's a little bit off about it. and I think I shared that with you before. But the most part, there was something that he said in terms of men who are considered or consider themselves high value men don't want someone who is quote unquote their equal, that needs to have the attention, needs to have the limelight and things like that. That's a different type of relationship, right? And there are some people who can partner, come together and be partners, and they make each other better, or they make each other great, and they do well sharing the spotlight. They do well complimenting each other. That they are meant to be together, and the image that they present is an image of one versus, I'm just the woman who stands behind the man kind of thing. So there's a whole lot of dynamics that people need to understand about. There is a way that media says that a relationship should be, and there's a way and the truth of how a relationship should really be. And I don't think that we've had deep enough conversations about that with people, or that people really care. That's the biggest thing, is that are we not having the conversations because people don't really care? And when you try to hold people accountable, they aren't interested in accountability because they're still looking for that superficial woman or that superficial man that looks like everything that I have on my list, but you don't really know what it takes for them to get to that look, or if they can maintain that look once you meet them. So it's really critical that we stop being superficial and shallow and look for the deeper significance behind a human being, behind their intention, behind their purpose, behind the direction they're going. Because maybe today they look like they're going where you want to go, but in reality, that could just be a front. And I think there's like a couple that just recently moved from Missouri down to Georgia, and they looked like they had it all going on, came down here and set up shop and things like that, and set up ministry. And he decides that he wants a divorce, and she ends up killing him and herself.
Wow. I know it's a lot to process, Queen. Like I said, a lot of women. Now, did you hear that recording from Jada? Did you actually hear what I posted or no?
No, I've heard your comments. I got in. I didn't get in right away.
Okay.
But I heard it, and for me, I think overall, just I saw that if we're talking about the baby, the one where they had the fight
Li-
online.
Little baby. So not the baby.
Okay, that's a different baby. Okay,
Yeah,
so
this
I
is the one
don't,
that like
I
Jamie
really don't
Foxx.
keep up with that. But
Okay.
the one thing is that if you see someone with a pattern, what makes you think that your vagina is better than the previous 6, 7 vaginas that
Mm.
they've had a baby with? And that's you said something. I can't say that word, but you said that you can get pee anywhere.
Pussy. You can say it, girl.
Okay,
Don't
no,
be
I
scared.
can't say that. I'll let you say it, but
Coochie, pussy,
what
cat. I'm keeping
you
it
can
real. This is
you
unedited over
can you
here.
can get, but think back. I mean, Ray Charles wrote a song and he says, I got a woman way across town and she's been good to me. Well, he was married, and so his wife knew that he had a woman on the side of town. it's
Right.
it's it's not a new thing that men have been cheating. It's not. It's really, really not. I have friends that I know that I gravitate towards older people, and some of them been married 40, 50, 60, 70 years.
Mm.
And but it was not without conflict. It was not without um a couple of them had outside babies while they were married. And one of the women, I admired her so much because she embraced his outside children. He had like two outside children plus the children at home, and she embraced them and incorporated them to his but she said she had a standard. And she said, don't I know about the babies, but don't bring them to the house until I tell you to, until I'm ready to introduce them to our family. Don't bring those children to my house, right? But eventually she included them, and they became like, as much as you possibly could. So it's not that men didn't cheat and men didn't chase the cat. They chased it. Some of them, didn't have outside babies. Some of them did. But I grew up around a lot of different people who were married for long periods of time, and the men were chasing cats. So what made them come home? Now that was the difference. And I think that this woman was a perfect example. She says, when 12 o'clock comes, you need to be in the house. So don't make me look for where you are, because I've got the children at home. You need to be in the house when 12 o'clock comes. So what you do outside in the street, I'm not those women. So don't bring that home. And so she was different, and her child, but it cost her something. And I will say this, it cost her something because she lost like the respect of her daughter
Mm.
because of that. But she was the sweetest woman that you would ever want to know. And she never had to really work because he took care of her. He clothed her. He dressed her. He cooked. He cooked. She didn't cook. He cooked. He had a business, all this stuff. And until like they died recently during the pandemic, like about 6 months apart, broke my heart. But at the end of the day, is that there is so much else that goes on in a marriage that you may not know what that couple went through to stay together. But a lot of people don't have the capacity to endure
Mm.
and go through those kinds of things. And I'm not saying that every man is cheating and every woman is cheating. I'm not saying that. But there's a lot of things that we don't know about our previous generation of how they made it work, how they stayed together. They're
That's
they're
true.
saying we've been together 50, 60 years, but they're not telling you the pain and the suffering that they
Oh yeah,
endured,
that's true.
right? So
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day is that there has to be something more about you than just your vagina or your
Yep.
penis that makes somebody want to come home to you every day, that makes somebody want to stay with you every day. There has to be something more to that. And I remember my biggest thing was is that I had a gentleman tell me something about I was too smart. I was too smart to be his wife. And didn't hurt my feelings. It really didn't hurt my feelings. My response to him was is that, so basically you want somebody who can't read and write, right? And you want someone who, if they had to give medication to your baby, they could possibly overdose your baby because they don't understand the prescription. And I said, if that's what you need and that's what you want, I'm fine with that. But that's not who I am. And the difference in knowing who I am and being comfortable with someone saying that to me, because they needed to shine. They needed, he considered himself a high value man, right? And he needed the limelight. He didn't want my vision and my purpose and my goals to be a part of what he was doing. I had to give up everything that I wanted, and in terms of to just get behind his dream and his vision. And those are the kinds of men that I would hear Kevin Samuels talk about, right? Well, I consider myself a woman that has my own worth and, basically with the capacity to make more than what he was making, right? But that didn't matter to me. It wasn't something that I threw up in his face or anything like that, or would throw up into anybody's face. So I am currently not married, but a lot of mine is by choice. A lot of mine is by choice. And at the end of the day, I think that if you're comfortable with who you are and you're okay with that, that's fine. Doesn't mean that I don't want to be married or get married, but I'm not going to crumble under the pressure of what society thinks I should and should not do. I'm comfortable in my skin and I'm comfortable with who I am. And overall, I just think that we are just too superficial and too shallow. And what we want and what we expect from people is is not in alignment with what the reality is of what we should be to each other. But take
Mm.
care of yourself and take care of yourself, because we are in a crisis right now that is bigger than us. And if we're going to keep biting and devouring each other, we're not going to survive. We're not going to survive this next wave of pandemic because it's here. It's here. Shanghai is rioting in the street because they're on lockdown because the pandemic is in Shanghai. So it's on its way.
Mm.
And we have got to come together as a people, because I've lost over 100 people during the wave that we've already been in. And I don't know how many more people are going to die with this next wave of pandemic. But at the end of the day, is that if we've not learned anything from the people that have died so quickly and been taken away from us so soon, is that we need to love one another and respect one another and appreciate one another while we have them, and stop all of this, killing each other and with our words. I mean, we kill each other more with our words than we do with bullets and knives.
I agree.
We really do. So thank you. Take care.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, we need justice. So again, guys, like I said, in I think it's funny how she mentioned the baby, because the baby also had a baby with someone too, and her name is Danny Lay, I believe, and she tried to go out there and say the baby was a bad father and all this stuff. But before she got with him, she knew what he already had, which was baby mamas. Those baby mamas tried to warn her, but she thought because she was a yellow bone, he ain't gonna do to me what he did to y'all. And what did he do? The same behavior. So we have Lil Baby and Da Baby, same results. Ladies, y'all want this. If you didn't want this, you would listen. You would look at the red flags. Sometimes those red flags are people telling you, look, we're both baby mamas. We're both good looking women and he did it to us. Your coochie, your vagina, your pussy is not special than the next woman. You have to bring something to the table besides what women already have, which is we all have a vagina. So it has to be deeper than that. What else can you do for this man? Because having a nice body and being a yellow bone and being pretty will not keep a man in the house. Because he can get that from anyone. He wants somebody that's giving him something that he can't get somewhere else. And women don't have that to offer because their moms told them that the pussy is power. Well, you know what? That's not always true. Pussy is not always power, especially when you are a single mother and you're on child support and you're on Section 8. It must not have been that powerful. You must be running out of power at this point. At the end of the day, ladies, you have to treat yourself with more respect before you can get it from anybody on the outside. We don't demand respect in jobs. When you go to job interviews, you tell them, I want respect when you give me this job. No, you got to show them that you're worth keeping the fucking job, right? So nothing is given. You have to earn it. You have to earn it. And I think a lot of women are forgetting that earning factor because they're so used to sucking their way to the top. And like I said, I know what's going on in this industry, but people are not going to speak about it. We know some of these people do not deserve to be making the music they making. The shit hurts your ears. You hear it on the radio and you turn the whole radio off. And you're like, how did they get this? The beat is nice, but the words are fucking weak because they got a deal. Most of them, it has nothing to do with their talent because they don't have it. They're doing other things behind closed doors. And they've been doing that in Hollywood a long time. Bill Cosby. You mean to tell me all them white women didn't know what was going on, didn't know what was going to be expected at 2 a.m. at a hotel with Bill Cosby? Oh, we're just going over lines. You could do that in the daytime, right? This is a married man. Why are you at the hotel? Because all these women knew that they needed something out of Bill Cosby. They wanted to be known in the industry. They knew he can get them there. He was at the highest of the highest. So all those women that, oh, he drugged me. I'm not buying that line. Sorry. Because when you were fucking with Bill, Bill was at the top. He could have had any woman he wanted. You weren't special. Your pussy wasn't special. He could have got it anywhere. It's just that when you didn't get the role you wanted or the money stopped coming in, now here comes the lies. Well, he put the pills in my drink too. Mine too. Mine too. Mine too. That's what happens. That's what happens. But you want respect. How are we supposed to respect you and you shouldn't have been in that married man's hotel in the first place? You're not going to get respect, ladies, when you're out here ignoring these red flags. Men don't want women who have been ran through. They don't. Because one thing about men, they can do it because it's a double standard. When it comes to that, yeah, men can sleep with 100 women. But if a woman sleeps with 100 men, she's looked at as a hoe, worse than the man. That is true. Unfortunately, there's more double standards where we win all the time. There's more for us than there are for men. But we get away with a lot. A man can come out right now and say, I was molested by this person. And y'all will be like, ha, 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 how? You're a man. You didn't fight her. You couldn't hold her down. You couldn't beat her up. I'm not buying it. He's lying. He's doing it for clout. That's a man. But if a woman comes out, yeah, he did this. No proof. No evidence. Oh, poor baby. Me too. Let's start her a GoFundMe. Let's get her a house. Oh, she's a victim. What about that double standard? So let's not act like we don't have a lot more over men, because we do. A woman can go into the child support office. He left me. He doesn't care about his kids. Now, mind you, he left you, not the kids. Okay, sign this child support application. We'll get his ass. We'll get him, ma'am. I'll go to court. The kids are scared of him. He has a woman at the house and she doesn't treat our kids right. And blah, blah. You're right, ma'am. Well, until we can actually analyze what the dad is doing at home and have somebody come out and look at the conditions, we're going to give the mom 100% custody until we can figure out if the dad is even fit to. It happens every fucking day. So women, y'all been winning. And y'all mad about men having that double standard where they are not looked at as a whole, but you are. But there's 100 more where you're winning, right? You don't hear men doing TikToks. Oh, women, y'all get everything. Y'all can lie. Y'all can cheat. Y'all can steal. Y'all can kill. And no one to hold you accountable. I don't see men doing that. But women do it every day. They do it. Oh, I want to be married, but I want to wear the pants too. Well, then you don't want to be married. Because back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, women knew their fucking place. Women knew their place and women knew when to shut the fuck up. They weren't aggressive. You got these women out here starting fights with these men out here. Are you going to fight them? And then bam, that man gets killed. Y'all want to talk about that? Because I got a whole bunch of stories on that. A woman will purposely start something with a man. She might bump him. And he might say, excuse me, fuck you. Well, bitch, fuck you. Then she go and get her man. He called me a bitch. When she started all the shit. She started it. Now your dude about to get killed because of your big ass mouth. Women have been doing that for years. You're not going to say nothing to him? Oh, so you just going to let him disrespect me? When you know that she was the loud one and she started it. And then what happens to the man? He gets killed. It's on First 48 all the time because of her big ass mouth. So when men say respect yourself first, that also means keeping your mouth closed if you don't know how to speak. Y'all think y'all Cardi B out here. Yeah! Loud and ghetto and wrong. That ain't going to help you. What if Cardi B's mouth got her? Offset cheated on her a dozen times. So being loud and ghetto is really not the thing, ladies. Men don't like all that shit. They like a woman that respects herself and knows when to stay quiet. And when I say stay quiet, I don't mean mute you, silence you. You just know how to pick your battles. Y'all like to be any conversation that has to do with chaos, and y'all love to be invited to all that chaos. You don't know how to say, you know what? This ain't my fight. Let me shut up. But y'all like to invite yourself into shit, right? Then when somebody tells you to watch it, close your mouth, then you get mad. If somebody would have made a video telling Jada, shut the fuck up, the whole world would have came at that man. The whole world would have wanted him off social media all across the world. That's how women are. They get into these big packs like werewolves, like I told y'all, these big wolves just to shut somebody down. Meg Thee Stallion crying. Now we're starting to get facts. Every day something new comes out. And yet they still think Tory is guilty. So again, when that comes out, we're going to have a party. I'm going to do a giveaway. This is going to be amazing. Because I know a lot of people are not going to hold this woman accountable. They're going to just say, you know what? She lost her mom. So maybe she got confused with glass and gunshot. No. She from Houston. She know what the fuck a gunshot is, and she knows what glass is. She ain't retarded. She now has a degree in health administration. She's not dumb, people. If anything, she might get an acting role because she did a good job acting. Now the truth is starting to come out. It's taking forever, but it's coming out. And not once did anyone say, you know what? I was wrong for how I came at Tory until I waited for the facts. I'm sorry, Tory. He's not going to get that. Men don't get the I'm sorry's. They get the, well, you shouldn't have been dating her then. You knew the bitch was crazy. Like I said, women can get online and cry all day and say a man did something with no facts, and y'all will run and believe it. And then that same woman would say, well, I want respect. You're not going to get that ever. You're going to get canceled, probably. Like I said, guys, at the end of the day, men deserve respect too. They go through a lot. They still go through a lot. And no man is going to worship the ground you walk on, ladies. You are not special. So stop that. You're never going to get that with no alpha male. You might get that from a simp. Someone that hasn't had a girl that looks like you. That's the only way these women are going to be able to get a man that's going to worship their feet. If they get one of these dudes out here that just don't pull women like of their caliber. And he's so desperate to keep her. He'll do anything. You got those men out here. You do. That's the only way she's going to find that man. But a real man, he going to laugh at her and say, well, why do you think you are deserving of that in the first place? What have you done where you deserve to be worshipped? Well, I have a nice body. My wig is on point. My baby hairs are laid. What? That's not enough, ladies. No, not enough. These men are not retarded now. They're not going to respect you when you out here busting it open. Back in the day, you had to go on to a porn site, go to a peep show to get nudes. Now, go on Instagram and TikTok. It's right there. Ask for days. Women have nothing to hide, and they're showing you everything. Then they want them same men to respect them. Why are you in my inbox? Why are you telling me you wanna fuck me? How dare you disrespect me? Protect black women. Are you fucking kidding me? You out here showing titties and ass and pussy, and you're mad about a man going into your inbox telling you he wants to fuck. Well, what do you want him to say? Let's play Twister? What do you want him to say? Oh, you are a beautiful, strong, independent queen, and you are so professional. Oh, you're so... Men are not going to say that to you when you're showing them this. That's not the way it works. Y'all call men broke if they don't want to buy you a Birkin, right? That's weird. Buy your own Birkin. If you can't buy it, then your ass is broke. So you can't expect a man to respect you when you out here selling sex. They're not going to do that. I'm sorry, ladies. You're not going to get that respect. And stop trying to act like these men are perverts because they're saying they want to fuck. Well, you're putting it out there. When you put out sex, what do you want them to say? These women are weird. They put out this nasty content, then get mad when these men hop in their inboxes saying, I want to fuck. Well, what did you think was going to happen? So, fellas, please, please use your head when you're out here looking for a woman that you want to be with. Please. Like I said, her social media is her resume now. She's not going to tell you the truth. You got to go looking for it. These women are crazy. A lot of them are. You got a lot of great women out there, but these crazy ones are so loud and out there that you don't see the good ones. But they're out there. They are. You got a lot of women that learned from their mistakes, that grew from their mistakes. When a woman can admit that she had a foul mouth and she was rude, disrespectful, toxic, when she can admit that and say, but I learned from that and grew from that, that's the woman you want to get with, that you want to marry, because she acknowledged it. She's accepting accountability. Women don't like accountability. It's like crack. They don't want to be around it. They're scared. They don't want to accept it. Their mamas told them they don't need to be accountable. Fuck all men. You got this. You could do it all by yourself. You don't need a man. You don't need a man. Yes, you do need a man. Your mama is lying to you. It took a man to make your ass. You do need a man. You do. And women can say, well, I don't need a man to have a kid. I can just go to the clinic and what they're going to put in you. Someone else's sperm from a man, right, fool? You do need a man. You do need a man. You just don't want to admit it because your mama told you for years you didn't. A lot of these women that's on IG saying I love the single life, when they log out, they're crying. They're crying in corners. I fucked up. Why did I choose him? I should have chose better. But they won't say it on IG, but they said to their friends. You think Jada told her friends, yeah, I did fuck up, guys. I allowed the Birkins and bundles to blind me. And I fucked up and became baby mama number 2. You think she's saying that to her friends? No. Because her friends are like, yes, girl. He's the problem. Fuck little baby. He's a bitch ass nigga, girl. He ain't nothing but a deadbeat dad, girl. Huh. That's the kind of friends she probably has. She probably ain't got no friends like, girl, you shouldn't have did that video. Now, you know you could have chose better. We told your ass not to date him, that he had a baby mama. Come on, sis. They ain't telling her that. They have to buy friends that's going to lie to them. That's what these people do. They buy friends that's going to tell them a pretty lie. So, like I said, guys, at the end of the day, women, you won't get respect if you're not respecting yourself. There's a lot of beautiful women out there, and all it takes is them to change their attitude, change their outlook. You know, Halle Berry was a toxic woman, too. Nobody wants to talk about Halle Berry because they think she's the prettiest woman in the world. Well, I've seen her without makeup taking out the trash, and that wasn't the same Halle Berry. It scared me. So even those bad women y'all think are just so sexy when they're dolled up, they're average women that you'll pass on the street. She said all black men were bad because of one black man, right? And ended up getting with 2 Brads, and they both left her a baby mama. Halle Berry didn't want to acknowledge that she's the problem. She's probably crazy as shit. She didn't want to acknowledge that. Instead, they want to project all the evilness and hate on the man. He did it. His fault. She thought she changed races. She's going to get a different result? Nah. She got the same result twice in both brats. But nobody's going to hold her accountable. Like I said, these women are living this life of where they don't need to be held accountable because I'm at a high status than you. So I don't have to hold yes, you're going to hold yourself accountable here. Like I said, guys, just open your eyes and look at what you're talking to, who you're talking to. The research is easy to do. And if she tells you she ain't got no social media, she might ask you for yours first. She's only asking you so she can block you on those platforms. So tell her you ain't got it either. You ain't got one? No, I don't got one either. If she asks you for your stuff right off the bat, it's so she can block you so you don't see the shit she's doing. Come on, fellas. You got to use your head, not your dick on this one. Don't let that booty blind you. What costs more, condoms or diapers? You decide. Because Plan B is starting to get banned everywhere. So you're not going to be able to do that now. Y'all going to have to start using your head on this one and really strapping up. So, Empress, I want to give you a chance to say your last words, hun. Empress, you there, hun?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and wrap it up, Queen.
So I just first want to thank you for having me on. Pretty much I agree with everything that you said, Miss Daphne. When it all boils down to it, it's just all about our mindset. The first step to growth is admitting when we're wrong. So, and at least you're willing to help us. That's the thing. You actually helping us, Miss Daphne. You're not coming for us. You helping us. So, to be honest with you, Miss Daphne, you actually doing what a lot of other women are actually afraid to do, or probably don't even too much care to do, which is help us. So, and I'm grateful for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that because a lot of women think that I hate them. Like I said on my last show, I actually work with more women right now. And you know what? Maybe I should ask them if it's okay, but maybe I should do a show where I'm bringing on some of the women that I've helped so far. And maybe they can tell you guys, because a lot of people don't believe it because I'm not one that wants recognition. I don't need them making a post saying, oh, Daphne has changed my life. I don't need to impress these fools that don't like me. I don't got to impress them, but I've had a wife and husband say, yeah, she's helped us both because I genuinely care about our Black women. I love our Black women. There was a woman that I met who dropped out of school at 11th grade and she has twin boys who don't know how to read. They didn't even know how to read basic shit. When I told him, what does this say? It said and he made up a whole nother word for it. I just gave her a big hug and hugged her and she just let all these tears out because she was disappointed in herself. You got twin boys and an 11th grade education. And I said, you need a GED. I had to tell her what nobody else told her. You're around all these people that are supposed to be your friends and nobody told you to go back to school. Well, I want to go. I don't want to hear no excuses. I'm not going to be nice to you and say, well, yeah, sis, just keep waiting. You're 36 years old with twin boys that are 10 and you have an 11th grade education. You're a statistic. And in society's eyes, you're a dummy. You knew how to fucking have kids, but you don't know how to go back to school and finish. I'm not going to let that ride. I'm not going to be the person where I'm lying to you. I want you to go back to school. If I have 4 college degrees, why would I tell somebody school isn't important? But when you have an 11th grade education in your 30s, that is horrible. But you got 2 kids? So you knew how to do that, but you don't know how to do this. So I did have to give her the real game and tell her, get off your ass, stop buying them Cheetos and punch, and get your ass into school. I had to tell her that way. Did she get mad at me? Yes, she wanted to fight. I didn't give a fuck. Let's fight then. Because I'm smart. I have a degree. You don't. I have a good job. You don't. So again, you can't get mad when people tell you to get off your ass and do something. Y'all remember that dude on the school commercial? You're sitting at home anyway. He was basically saying to his Black people, y'all lazy as fuck. Y'all remember that dude on TV that they took off the air that told everybody to go to school? You're watching me right now on TV. You're not doing nothing with your life anyway. Y'all remember that dude? And he was telling the truth. A lot of these women know how to have kids, but they don't know how to go to school and finish. At least get your GED. You don't have to go to college if you don't want to, but at least get a fucking GED. 11th grade is just not acceptable when your kids are going to be at the same road as you if you keep on doing what you're doing. So yeah, I did. And I told her, you have 2 10-year-old boys that don't know how to read. This is a reflection of you. Where's the dad? Oh, he left me. Well, where's he at? Well, he's in jail. So was he a street thug when you were dating him? Yeah. So I'm just saying these women can do better. Y'all got to do better. I'm not telling you this because I'm perfect, because I'm imperfect. I told y'all back in the day, I had a mouth too. I love calling men bitches. Ooh, felt good. Cross him up, he falls to the ground. Get up, bitch. That's how bad I was, y'all. I'm surprised I'm alive. Because, I mean, nowadays you get your ass shot for saying the shit I was saying. Men don't like to be embarrassed, especially if a woman makes you fall with a crossover move and you on the ground and your boy's like, oh, they go right to the trunk and bam, blow my wig right off. It could have been easy for me to die back then. So if that man did not take me to the side and tell me to work on my anger and to work on my attitude, I probably wouldn't be alive today, y'all, because these men I was going against, these were niggas with gold teeth from Louisiana, from Mip. They were killers. And I'm shocked that I'm alive today because I had a bad mouth. It was bad. I called men exactly. I used to love calling them a bitch. That was my go-to word. My mom didn't teach me to talk to men like that. I just had a grudge. That's what I did. I had a grudge. And when that man told me, you're a beautiful girl, but when you open your mouth, you are ugly as fuck. That's why they call you a man. Not because you got skills like a man, but because you act like a man. You're angry. When he said that, I was like, that's why they call me a man? I thought they was just jealous about my skills. No. I gave off masculine energy. And the moment I let go of that, and I worked on my attitude, and I did what that man told me to do. And his name is Charles. Shout out to Charles, because he told me this years ago. I was 18 when he took me to the side and told me this. I worked on it. I'm married today, guys. I'm married today. I've been with my husband for 12 years in June. It'll be 12 years. So I learned how to watch what I say to people. I'm telling y'all, I wouldn't have been alive today. If I would have did the shit I did in Arizona out here in Chicago, y'all would have heard of a person, we found a body in a ditch. Her wig was laid though, but the body was in the ditch. That would have been me. So again, ladies, when I say these things, it's not because I didn't live it. I lived it. I grew up without a mom and a grandma and all the. I only had my dad and my sisters. That's it, my brother. So I didn't have no rich life. I didn't. I chose to do better, guys, and you can too. So Empress, when I appreciate you saying that as a woman, because women think that I hate them, and I don't. If you look at my content, I only come for women who are doing wrong, because I'm trying to help them. I don't want to see our women dead because their mouth is so ugly. I mean, a lot of these guys, they ain't gonna take a lot of that bitch shit. They're not. And you can't keep putting your hands on these men. Because some of these women, they hit. They know how to hit. You hit him in the right spot, he might actually kill your ass. And it'll be fair. Fair game. If you put your hand on a man, he has every right to defend himself. That's how I was raised. My mom told my brother, if a woman hits you, you hit her back. Your hit might be harder, but then she'll learn. Right? That's the only way these women are going to learn. Fight back, fellas. You got to fight back. Because these women, it's not right what they're doing. And they're getting away with murder. It's not right. So again, ladies, if you think that I hate you, if you can't come on the show and tell me why, then you're just woofing at this point. You're scared. Like I said, I came from a hurt place, but I learned to work on that hurt. And look where I'm at today. And I'm not saying because I have degrees, I'm better. I loved education. I like going to school. And people keep, oh, you go to school, you have debt. Not if you do it right. There's scholarships, there's things. And you know what? For women, there's like 20 scholarships for women and like 2 for men. But y'all don't want me to talk about that though, right? There's only 2 scholarships for men. Those are the regular scholarships that women can get too. But they got single mother scholarships, abandoned child from left with mother. They have all these made up scholarships just to cater to women. That's why more women have degrees, because we get more benefits. They hook us up. But men, they get the standard Pell Grant. That's what everybody gets. But they don't have a single father's grant. They don't have a father taking care of his kids by himself grant. But they got that for a woman. If you go to Google right now and type in men resources for being assaulted by women, you won't see nothing. But if you type in women being assaulted by men, you'll see 1,000 resources. They don't give a fuck about men, but y'all want respect. Look how they treating our men right now. They don't even have the same resources. So for y'all to be the smartest in the bunch and still be stupid, something's wrong. So we can be real about it. Let's just be honest about it. There's more resources for women than there is men, because they don't give a fuck about men. The government is saying that men ain't shit. That's why they had deadbeat dads don't drive. That's why they'll take a man's license. Now, you know, half these men need their license to work, right? But the government will take that from them because they didn't pay child support. Then they lose their job. Then they go to jail. Now they got a charge. Then when they get out, nobody will hire them. This is what y'all think is right for our men? Come on, ladies. Look what they got to go through. But let's flip the script now. A woman not taking care of her kids. Oh, we don't want to put her on child support. She gave birth to those kids. She could have died giving birth to those kids. We don't want to do that to her. Let's try to find her first. Let's try to find this woman before we do this to her. And then when we find her, let's get her a job. That's how the government is for women. That's why you don't hear about women paying child support at high rates like men. Because they do everything they can to prevent putting that warrant out for unpaid child support on a woman. Because she's the one that gave birth to the child. She's an innocent flower. So we can go deep like that if y'all want to. All I'm saying is, women, you guys hold the cards in society. Because to society, men ain't shit. So when y'all are asking for respect, you don't deserve it. You're not even standing up for your men. If you're not going to stand up for your men, why would they stand up for your ass? We have to be their voice, ladies. Do better. And stop hurting these men because you're hurt. Acknowledge that you chose the wrong man and move forward. Because people do find love the second time. I'm not saying you can't find love with a kid. Because you can. You got a lot of women that say, you know what? I shouldn't have chose this Pookie. The second guy, I ain't going to fuck up. And they end up marrying Young Jeezy's wife. She was with her husband for 11 years, y'all, and didn't have not one baby. She get with Jeezy, get married, they have a kid. See what happens when you choose something better. When you choose someone that brings out the life in you, the happiness in you. She was married 11 years and didn't give that man no kid, but gave Jeezy one right away. So you see the difference when you choose something different? All I'm saying, ladies, is you can do it. You can do it. It's up to you, but you can do it. And if you need help, I'll help you. But talking about me, calling me a pick me is not going to make your life better. I'm still going to do me. While you still hating from the side, I'm going to still be doing what I do. We need justice. Do you have a few words you want to say before I wrap up, hon? I'm sorry, I forgot about you. Go ahead. We need justice? We need justice. Okay, so she muted
Can
herself.
you
So
hear me?
guys,
Can
yeah,
you
I can
hear
hear
me?
you. Go ahead.
Hi. Okay. I just wanted to say thank you again. Always a great show. There was a recent trial that went through on May where a woman was sentenced for poking a hole in a man's condom to get pregnant.
6 months.
So
6 months.
yeah,
6 months.
6 months was not a lot.
She
Was
got a
not a lot,
reward.
but
That's why I didn't talk about it. But go ahead.
yeah, but there's to me it's a precedent that's being set because the tides are turning and they will turn, and I am talking about it. There's a big divide between this social media world and the other social media worlds where these things are being talked about. Men are being talked about, that women are abusing them. I talk about it. I post about it. I do radio shows on a different platform about it, and I interview men who have been abused and who have written books about being abused. There is a psychologist, Dr. Ann Silvers, that's written a book about men being abused by women, and she says yes, it does happen, and it's time for it to stop. And her name is Ann Silvers. There's a Breaking the Silence book, a support guide for male victims of domestic abuse by Lee Mark. So it is being talked about, and there is a shift coming, and it is going to happen. So it has to happen, and it will happen. So I'm hoping that you will continue doing what you do. I appreciate what you do. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And guys, what she was talking about was there was a woman in Germany who got 6 months in jail for poking holes in a condom. Um, and her boyfriend didn't have no idea she was doing it. She didn't get pregnant, but they gave her 6 months. To me, that was a reward. I don't think she got the harsh punishment that she deserves. And the reason why I didn't bring it up is because we're not in Germany. I'm in the United States. So until it comes to the States, I don't give a fuck what they do out there in Germany. I really don't give a fuck. Am I happy that the woman got, 6 months? Yeah. But when is it going to come to the United States? 20 years from now? Because women are doing that now in the United States, right now as we speak. Right now, a woman is poking a hole right now before she's about to get some. Right now, she's poking a hole. So right now, for it finally to happen after what? Years and years of this, but it's in another place, it has nothing to do with us in the States. But they gave her 6 months and they should have gave her years. Even if she did not get pregnant, the fact that she did it, the fact that she was doing it. What if she was doing it in her other relationships? We got to go back, y'all. So they gave her 6 months for doing this to this man for years, and she just didn't get pregnant. She wasn't poking enough holes, I guess. But in order for women to stop doing it, you need to make the penalties harsh. Women can do 6 months, that's nothing. But can a woman do 6 years? Hell no. 6 years without their bundles and Birkins? You got to give them some harsh time. Give them something that you give a man. How much time you think they would have given a man if he poked the hole and tried to get this woman pregnant? Because he wanted her not to be that bad bitch anymore. He wanted her to be big and fat. What if he did it? Do you think they'd give him 6 months? No. They probably give him life. See, when it's a woman that's the victim, they give the man the harshest penalty by law. But 6 months in prison is not enough time for a woman that was purposely poking holes. Because if they would have had a kid, that man would have still had to stand up and take care of that kid, y'all. The kid he did not want. You think they would have given her more time then? If it connected? Maybe. But again, it happened in Germany. It didn't happen here. Show me something out here in the States where someone was jailed for 20 years for doing this to a man because she actually gave birth to the baby. Then I'd be like, okay, we're making progress. But Germany and United States are two different places, guys. I'm sorry. Until it comes here to the States, I'll be happy. But right now, these women are still getting away with this shit. They are. And men can't do nothing about it. So like I said, men, buy your own condoms. Keep them on you. Keep them on your waist. Don't even put them in your drawer. Don't let her see where you're putting the condoms. Because they can keep that little safety pin right there in their bra. That's what they do. That's where they keep it. They keep it in their bra. So you guys will know. They keep it in their bra. So you think that, oh, they came in here with this bodysuit on. They ain't got no pockets. Okay, so they can't trick me. Let me go ahead and take a leak real quick. Wrong. They even put it in their wig. It's a safety pin. It'll connect anywhere, guys. So you got to know that these women are smart. They'll probably keep it under their tongue. Who knows? All I'm saying is women are doing these things today, and they're still not being punished. So like I said, guys, I appreciate you guys for listening. And as a lot of these stories develop, like the Tory Lanez and Meg, I know y'all tired of that story because I am too. It's been going on for damn near 2.5 years. 2.5 years. So I'll be very happy when that settles. But I am going to do another show soon. But I appreciate you guys for being on today. Thank you to those who have, again, bought a shirt, who have supported me. It doesn't go unnoticed. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, I want to keep doing this. If you guys have any ideas on the show, I want to do it. I will do it. Just drop it in the comments and let me know what you guys are thinking, and we can do that. But we need to start making more shows on men's mental health and addressing what men go through. Because men go through so much. I know it's hard for you guys being a man. I saw what my dad went through. So for you men who are holding it down and don't complain on IG, don't make TikToks to belittle the mother, you are the prize. You are superior. Because I appreciate you. There's a lot of men right now that I'm talking to that I'm mad that they haven't exposed. They beat evil. These women are just they're evil. They're evil. Y'all saw that video where the girl punched her own baby over her baby daddy not picking up the phone. Y'all wouldn't have believed it if it was a text transcript, though, right? You wouldn't have believed it if it was a Facebook post. But when I saw the video of her literally punching the gut of a baby, now y'all believe me. And even though they did lock her up, she got out the same day. So if that was a man doing that, do y'all think y'all would have let him out? Do you think they would have been like, yeah, we'll give you bail? No, his ass would have still been in there. She punched the baby and said, I'm sick of you, and got bail. Same day. So how did we get justice with that? I mean, she might have her baby taken away, but do you honestly think that she'll never be able to get that baby back? All she has to do, go to a few anger management classes, do the right hairstyle, the right makeup, go to a judge and cry. I was wrong. He made me mad because he didn't want to be a dad. Do you think the judge will say, well, yeah, we're going to let the baby stay with the dad? No. She'll be able to get that baby back, I guarantee you. I guarantee you guys she'll be able to get that baby back. We all watched her punch that baby in the gut. She'll be able to get that baby back because she's a woman. I'm telling y'all the truth. Women get all these passes and men have to go through fire. So ladies, when you say respect, start with yourself and start with how you treat the man that you're with or the man that you had a baby with. That's where the respect starts. And then they'll respect you. Other than that, you'll never get it. You won't get it from me, and you won't get it from the next man if you're going to treat them like that. So, guys, like I said, at the end of the day, men shouldn't have to go through all these hoops and hurdles because of these dangerous women. But, fellas, you might have to go through a few hoops. I appreciate men out here who are really trying. If you don't hear from the woman you're with, I'm telling you now, I'm proud of you because I know it's hard. And some women don't show emotion. They don't tell you that, you know what, I know you're trying. Because some men need to hear that. I know you're trying. I see what you're doing, and I appreciate what you've done. I appreciate your effort. Because you could be laying on your ass right now watching TV, watching ESPN all day, but you're trying. Some men need to hear that, ladies. When's the last time you told your man, I appreciate what you've done? I know you're trying. Probably never, but how many times have you asked him for money to get your hair done and nails done? Every 2 weeks, right? So like I said, it starts with you. You start respecting them, it will be reciprocated times 10. Because when you tell a man that you love him and you see what he's doing and you respect him, you'll get a different man. I'm telling you that now. But if you tell that man, if you're only holding your hand out to him all the time, you're not going to get what you're asking for. He going to tell you he going to work, but he really going over that girl house with the fupa and banging her back out every night. So like I said, ladies, you got to do better. And when you do better, good things will happen in your life. Until then, you can keep calling me a pick me and saying that I'm a liar and I'm a fraud and I don't like black women. Go ahead. It's only going to ruin your day, not mine, because I'm happy over here. So guys, I hope you guys all have a good day. I hope this show was, helpful for some of these evil women out there. And if you're out there and you're a woman that's holding a grudge and you hate the man you lay with and you have all this anger, reach out to me. I'll help you. I can help you get rid of that anger. It's not something that can't be fixed unless you don't want to fix it. If you want to listen to your mama and keep that anger in your heart and you want to be single like your mom, walking around the house with that little hairnet on, crust in her eye, 2 socks that don't match, then go ahead. Live that life. That's the life for you. But if you want to change your life and do better and set a better example for your kids, let me help you. Because the last thing I don't want is for you to lose your kids. But nowadays, the stuff that women are putting out there, they're asking for people to take their kids, and that's what's going to happen. And I don't feel sorry for any woman that loses their kids for doing some sexual shit online. I don't feel bad. I won't feel bad for you there because that kid doesn't deserve that. And if you don't see, women will go through all this stuff to keep the kid from going to the dad's house because they don't want him to be with the dad or her to be with the dad because they know the dad's going to do a damn good job. So they'll do everything but drop the kid off with the dad. That's how these women are because they know the kid will do better. There's kids right now that would rather be with their dad than their own mom. But the judge said, you get the kid 100% because they don't think the dad is good enough. Well, fellas, you're good enough. If the judge ain't going to tell you, I'll tell you you're good enough. And if you're going through a child support issue, I always tell the men that I talk to, text. You can use that in court all day long. If she's angry, don't call her. Have her text you because she'll tell you how she feels in that text. And then you can use that in court. Stop making these phone calls because the judge ain't going to believe hearsay. They will never believe hearsay, but they will believe what she texts you. Can't ignore that. So like I said, fellas, there's little things that you can fix on your own where you can get your kids 100% of the time. It's doable. You can do it. So I hope you guys had a good day. And again, if you guys need any help, reach out to me. If I have the time, I'll do what I can. I'm not perfect, but I want you guys to know I got your back. And I believe in everybody, women and men. Please do better, guys. We all we got. I hate when other races laugh at us because we doing dumb shit like celebrating a black man's death. Come on, you guys. We're better than that. We got mad when the KKK did that. You know, these black women that are making fun of Kevin Samuels, that's what the KKK did to our black men when they hung them from trees. They laughed. They celebrated it. Y'all don't see the pictures? Maybe I should show some of these women the pictures. They celebrated hanging our black men from trees, our black boys from trees. It was a celebration. So when y'all did that to Kevin Samuels, the KKK was like, yes, these black bitches are on our side. Yes, we got them. Yes. Now if we can recruit all the black women, we can really kill some niggas. Do y'all women realize that? While y'all was celebrating how they were laughing at y'all? Y'all so stupid. Y'all don't even see it. Y'all doing what they did to our men back in the day. But y'all want respect. Fuck that. You'll never get respect. If you make fun of a black man dying, good luck with ever getting respect from a black man. You showed your true colors. They're not going to paint another picture. They're going to keep the picture that they know you for. They will not change it. You're saying that a man's death is funny and he didn't even know you personally. You didn't know him personally. That's dangerous. That's what the KKK did to our black men. So good job, ladies. You succeeded. So again, at the end of the day, you ain't going to get no respect until you respect yourself. Until then, you will continue to get treated like the 304 that you are. And that's all I'm going to end it on. You guys have a good day. Stay blessed. And I look for you on the next show.